Welcome to Peach Country, Edgefield County, South Carolina, where the cream of the crop are the Strom Thurmond Rebels, unbeaten in Region 3 AA.
You know, you can tell there's a little something on the line. You know, we try to make every game the most important game of the year, but you know, we're human at the same time, and we know this is a special week.
Tonight, the Silver Bluff Bulldogs battle for a share of the top spot.
At the end of the day, at the end of the night, there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. I'm really looking forward just to the ultimate competition and, creating a great Friday night game. Let's go create some memories.
Postseason position on the line on Game Night Live.
Welcome to Game Night Live. WJBF Sports presents local high school football live in your living room each Friday night. Game Night Live is powered by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And now, your hosts, John Hart and Ashley Brown.
Oh, we have been looking forward to this one for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Strom Thurmond High School Stadium, the Peach Field, as they call it now, here in the middle of Peach Country in Edgefield County, South Carolina. John Hart, joined as always by Ashley Brown, Nathan Edwards, our statistician over here, and we have been, as I get into frame here, there's a lot. It's a small booth. There's a lot of us, but we've been looking forward to this game for so long. This is a region matchup between two of the best teams in our area. Silver Bluff stumbled a little bit last week against Saluda, but these two teams still fighting for first place in the region. Strom Thurmond versus Silver Bluff, and AB, it's sort of a matchup of the irresistible force versus the immovable object. This high-powered offense of Strom Thurmond versus this defense of Silver Bluff.
No doubt. Strom Thurmond will have the best group of receivers we've seen all season. A couple of D1 guys in there, including, of course, Braylon Staley, the most highly coveted recruit probably in South Carolina, certainly the most heavily recruited senior in the area. They've got a solid quarterback in Quan Edmond, and they can put up points. And, of course, Silver Bluff is loaded. They've got the reigning WJBF All-CSRA Defensive Player of the Year in Jordan Boyd, who's committed to Georgia Tech. But also they've got Jaden Fuller and Jaden Eason, the two Jadens who transferred in this offseason, and they are both tough customers, two of the strongest, toughest to block players in the area, so it should be fun watching them.
Both teams come in at 6-2. Silver Bluff 2-1 in the region after like we said, a slip up last week against Saluda. Strom Thurmond 3-0 in Region 3 AA. This is the 20th meeting between these two teams, and again, Silver Bluff trying to get back in that mix for a region championship, and that brings us to our 4 keys to the game.
Yeah, let's take a look for the visitors first. There you see them, Silver Bluff. They've got to get some pressure on Quan Edmonds. If you let him sit back there, he's going to pick you apart because it's hard to guard those receivers. And then I think they need to really establish the run and keep the ball away. If they can run the football, that keeps that offense of Strom Thurmond off the field. Now, for the home team, the Rebels, who are playing great football right now, get the ball to those playmakers. They've got some good ones, Braylon Staley, Demarius Tolan, Jay Sewell. They got to get it to them in space, and then their offensive line's got to perform tonight. If you can't block Jaden Eason, it's going to be a long night for you.
It is senior night here at Strom Thurmond. Down to the field for the coin toss.
All right, guys. Good evening. I'm Mr. McGarry. I'll be your referee for tonight's contest. With me are Mr. Logan Schuler, Mr. James Williams, Mr. Adam Stone, and Mr. Dwayne Treach. He's going to come in and listen to the coin toss. Gentlemen, you're the captains. You've either been appointed by your coaches or elected by your teammates. Congratulations. With that comes responsibility, and that's leadership. And I expect you guys to lead your teams, especially as it relates to sportsmanship. We're not going to have any of that nonsense, any of that join back and forth. We all know this is an important game to you guys, and we're here to give you our very best with that regard. But I expect your very best in regard to sportsmanship. Can I expect your cooperation in this regard? Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Captain, you are the visiting team. You get to call the toss. I've got a silver dollar here. That's President Eisenhower. On that side, that's heads. That's the logo from the Apollo moon landing. That's tails. If I drop it, we get to do it. Please call it so Mr. Cheech can hear you.
Tails.
Tails is called. If I drop it, we do it again. It's tails. You've won the toss. Kick, receive, defend a goal, defer to the second half. They've won the toss and are going to defer. I was told that you want to defend the scoreboard if you want to have to kick. Is that the case? Swing your backs that way. Silver Bluff, swing your backs this way next to me. All right, gentlemen, here we go. Silver Bluff's going to receive down here. Bring it in here, shake hands, and bring your teams, and let's go.
The Rebels have won the toss at the first.
I feel like I just went to church.
That was something else there.
Our head referee
Take that thing and replay it every week. I
with
like
a
it.
sermon. The Bulldogs ready to take the field. The Rebels ready to defend their home turf. They will receive the opening kickoff. Game Night Live next. And there come the Strom Thurmond Rebels on a brisk 56-degree fall evening in Johnston, South Carolina, Edgefield County, as we get ready for this crucial 3AA region matchup between Silver Bluff and Strom Thurmond. The 20th meeting between these two teams. Strom Thurmond leads the all-time series 13-6. The Rebels actually have won 6 straight in this series. You have to go back to 2010 for the last time Silver Bluff won against the Rebels. But for the second time, and only the second time, this is a region matchup between these two squads after realignment in South Carolina in 2021. Let's get you to your coaches matchup.
Yeah, let's start with D'Angelo Bryant. Man, I remember covering him as a player. He was a stud here at Silver Bluff.
Nope, that makes us feel old.
He went on a very good college career as well at Wake Forest. He was a state champion twice in his playing days in high school under Al Lown. He has been in the playoffs 3 times with Strom Thurmond as the kickoff is taken out to about the 34. Also, Andrew Webb from Strom Thurmond. He's 30-33 overall in 6 years, but in 2 seasons here, he is 16-5. They were the region champs last year. He was also a state champion as an assistant coach prior to his days here in Johnston.
And so here we go. This is the matchup we wanted to see. This Strom Thurmond offense that is averaging 32 points a game against this Silver Bluff defense that is averaging, giving up just 14 a game. And at AB, as you mentioned in the opening segment, college prospects all over the field on this Silver Bluff defense.
Well, they are, and it's led by Jordan Boyd, of course, just outstanding, committed to Georgia Tech. You've got Jaden Fuller committed to Miami of Ohio. And I'm telling you, Jay Neeson he's not a sleeper. Jay Neeson can flat out play too.
So enjoy. And here go the Rebels to the air on first down. And intended for Braylon Staley, the Tennessee commit, right off the bat.
Staley just did a split with his leg back, and if I did that, y'all would have to the jaws of life, and I wouldn't even be in a car, would have to get me up. Wow. Now, but on the other side of the ball, we talk about those great receivers, but I'm telling you, the guy that could be the sleeper to watch is Juju Stevens. He's moved from more of a receiver to an H-back. He'll play in the slot some. I think he's number 10 up at the top of your screen. You're going to get a lot of attention to Tolan and Staley and Sewell, but I'm telling you, Juju Stevens is talented as well.
2nd and 10. Again to the air. This time to Sewell. And he's up near midfield at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Sewell, they have 3 different receivers coming in with over 32 catches. Sewell, 32 for 391 and 3 touchdowns.
They will give him the first down.
And Quad Edmonds, he missed the first game, maybe game and a half. 13 touchdowns, John, just 1 interception on the season for the senior.
Yeah, he's thrown for over 1,500 yards. In fact, that pass right there puts him near 1,600. And a fresh set of downs for the Rebels at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, he's completing 65% of his passes this year.
Now to the ground. And it's Chris Barnes. And they don't run it a lot, but he does have 8 rushing touchdowns this year. So if you're going to give it to somebody, that's the guy. And he does across midfield into Silver Bluff territory at the 47.
Yeah, they got a running back banged up tonight as well, so we might see more of Barnes than we normally would. They usually kind of split 2 or 3 different backs in there.
Pick up a 7 on first down, 2nd and 3. And another hole, and it's Barnes. Dragged down at the 35-yard line, gain of 12.
Well, one of the keys to the game, offensive line getting the job done tonight for Strom Thurmond, and so far they're off to a good start. They're giving them plenty of room to run. They're giving Edmonds time to throw. And if that happens all night, Silver Bluff, I don't care how many D1 guys you got, they're going to struggle if they can't get some pressure up front. That defensive line is so good. You got Jordan Boyd up there. You've got Jaden Eason. Eason's about 280. I think he could bench the team bus. And then you got Jaden Fuller, who's even stronger than him.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Barnes again, this time to the 32. Pick up a 3 on first down. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Speaking of Jaden Fuller, I don't know if you caught this, but last week, Jaden Fuller, 15 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. He blocked a punt and forced a fumble.
I do know that. You know how I know that?
How's that?
Listening to the huddle.
There you go. Smart man.
580 WGAC last night.
That just means John had very little to do on a Thursday night. You're telling on yourself.
You help my drive home every week, baby.
2nd and 7. Line to make is the 25-yard line of Silver Bluff. And again, Barnes. 4th straight carry. And he's close.
Yeah, down on the field before the game, Strom Thurmond really thought they had begun to find something in their running game last few weeks.
Look at the line. Look at nobody, within 3 or 4 yards of him when he gets the football. So doing a great job up front of, winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. And again, against Silver Bluff, that is awfully tough to do.
Big early 3rd down for the Bulldogs. And that vaunted defense, 3rd and 1. And this time it's Michael Blocker. And he'll power ahead for another Strom Thurmond first down.
Yeah, Strom Thurmond is doing what I thought Silver Bluff needed to do, is run the football, control the clock, and get long drives. And right now, Strom Thurmond giving them a taste of their own medicine a little bit.
Needed 1, got 4, 1st and 10. This is a Strom Thurmond offense that in region play is averaging 45 points a game.
Well, it's a team that's also played a really tough schedule. They've beaten some good teams outside of region play, not afraid to play anybody, and that's obviously prepared them for region play.
Yeah, we mentioned at the outset, as this time they will go back to the air, and they are looking for Staley. No, it is Staley. Touchdown.
Got held a little bit. And
I thought I was expecting to see a flag, and instead he breaks loose from the defensive back and is wide open. And, hey, how about the throw from Edmonds? Throwing it up and planning where Staley would be, and just perfect on the money for the touchdown.
From 22 yards out, the 9th touchdown reception of the year for Staley.
Yeah, Staley's left arm was kind of yanked by the defender, and he kind of spun around but was able to collect himself and make the catch for another TD for him.
So Tennessee Volunteer fans will enjoy that. And the Rebels are going to go for 2 here.
Yeah, now they're going to kick, it looks like.
And Nate Nordine, one of the better kickers in our area. I won't jinx him. And
get on the
maybe
ball.
I did. Rebels will get on the football.
Hey.
That's not Nordine's fault.
Well, it's not, and I'm not blasting Nordine. He's one of the best kickers, you said. But that ball went over his head, and he's basically just said, hey, man, you better go get that. I'm not going anywhere near it.
Impressive opening drive by the Rebels. The Bulldogs will try to answer. 8:32 left in the first quarter.
Welcome back to Game Night Live. I'm Kira Goldstein on the sideline of Strom Thurmond versus Silver Bluff, where the Rebels are on top 6-0. When I talked to Coach Webb before the game, he said that Silver Bluff was one of the best defenses they may have faced all season, and one of the keys was going to be scoring early. We just saw that, and we're going to now see if Silver Bluff can respond. Guys, up to you in the booth. Let's get going.
Well, in the interest of full disclosure, Kira Goldstein, a proud Alabama grad, and of course they play the Tennessee Volunteers tomorrow in a massive game, and Braylon Staley is a Tennessee commit. So, Kira assures us she is neutral on the sidelines tonight. On the return, it's Zari Gant for Silver Bluff.
That was an impressive drive by Strom Thurmond.
It really was.
Yeah, they mixed in a few passes, but it was mostly on the run until the touchdown pass. And, of course, Staley, 9 touchdown catches already this season in game number 9. 46 catches. He's up over 800 yards.
So, AB, if he has 9 touchdown catches in 9 games, how many does he average per game?
Hold on, let me get the calculator on my phone.
Man, he's not been doing good with trivia questions, John.
I think I can handle this one.
I will say tonight's trivia question, tonight's BrandSmart USA trivia question is tailored solely for AB.
Oh, my God.
No one else will get it.
That's worse than the kickers.
Only
right
AB. First and 10 Bulldogs from the 29. And this team will run it a bunch and a couple of yards on first down.
Well, they've got a new quarterback here at Silver Bluff. We talk about a lot of these transfers, and both these teams did benefit from that in the offseason. And one of the young transfers is the quarterback Atterbury for Silver Bluff. He can run, he can throw.
They'll give him a yard on first down. Call it 2nd and 9. No, actually, they're going to say lost a yard.
And
so
it's
2nd and
McCorkle.
11.
Yeah, it's McCorkle in there, DeAndre McCorkle, the junior.
Yeah, his second start at quarterback for the Bulldogs this year. And again, this Silver Bluff, we've talked about the Silver Bluff defense. This Strom Thurmond defense is no joke either. This is a team that's only allowing 12 points a game.
Well, Strom Thurmond's always had a solid, both these programs. I mean, Tradition Rich always had solid teams. Every time we come over here, we know we're going to get a good performance from Strom Thurmond. And, Silver Bluff's defense getting a lot of attention. Maybe these guys this week were saying, wait a second, we know we've got an offense, but we can play a little bit too.
3rd and a whole bunch for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 14. And McCorkle will throw it out on the sidelines and going to be about 3 yards short. And it's going to be a 3 and out for the Rebel defense.
Yeah, that was sophomore Zari Kant. So again, not what you want to do. You're giving the ball right back to Strom Thurmond. Here's a look at that Rebels defense. Michael Blocker, Juju Stevens among the leaders. Also H.D. Yantz.
Short kick, and it'll be out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Well, it was short.
Strom Thurmond.
It was short for sure, but it did one thing. It kept the ball out of Braylon Staley's hands.
That is correct.
And kicked it to the sidelines.
So with 6:52 left in this first quarter, the Rebels will take back over. I don't know if we've ever had this, AB. Like, this is a Rebel team that has thrown it more than it has run it.
Yeah.
They've thrown it 203 times this year. They've only run it 177 times. In Game Night Live history, I don't know that we've ever had a high school team that throws it more than it runs it.
Well, when you have those receivers, when you've got Staley and you've got Tolan and you've got Sewell, you want to get the ball to them, and that's what they've done this year. And luckily, they've got a quarterback that can throw it. Look like Staley's going to try to throw it this time, though.
He has thrown one pass this year, and this time it is an interception. That is Mackenzie Atterbury for Silver Bluff on the pick. And the Bulldog defense comes up with a huge play just when it needed it most.
Yeah, Staley was going to throw, then he scrambles, and here's where he just threw it up for grabs, underthrown. He had a receiver down there, just underthrew it. And Atterbury comes up with a big play for Silver Bluff, exactly what the Bulldogs needed.
So D'Angelo Bryant's Silver Bluff defense comes up with the big play, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
There's Mackenzie Atterbury. We talked about him, played some quarterback earlier. Now he's at receiver. Just about to talk a little bit about Staley, and he throws the pick on the trick play.
And now Silver Bluff. We expected them to run, and now Silver Bluff will throw a pick. That is Trey Clark with his 5th.
What a play by Clark coming over from his safety spot.
I was going to say his 5th interception. He has 41 tackles on the year. That's his first interception.
Watch this play, though. He comes out of nowhere, coming over from his safety spot on the ball that was underthrown, and he makes a nice pick there. So Strom Thurmond gets it right back.
So 2 turnovers in less than 10 seconds in this game. And now the Rebels will take back over at the 27-yard line.
A lot of talented seniors on this Strom Thurmond team. They would love to make a deep run, and right now they want to prove that they are the class of the region. They've done it so far, but this is probably their toughest test in region play so far.
So the Rebels will stick to the ground this time, and Silver Bluff equal to the task. That was Jaden Eason, and as AB mentioned, he's the leading tackler on this, or tackle for loss guy on this team with 29. Has 10 small college offers and a lot of interest. He's going to play on Saturdays somewhere. We
No
just
doubt.
don't know where yet.
Well, I had not heard much about him. We did the game last year, North Augusta, which is where he was playing against South Aiken. He absolutely dominated the game. He was the defensive player of the game. He was all over the back. I mean, just making play after play. He is a very, very solid player. And you throw him in with Fuller and Boyd, and you got a trio of terrific defenders.
And this time Edmond will just throw it away. Bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah,
so the Silver Bluff defense is starting to do what we thought it would do.
Yeah, 3rd and 9, and you know they're going to throw it a lot anyway. So 3rd and 9, you should be prepared for.
Yeah, is this the best defensive line in the area since maybe that Grovetown with Barrow and company?
I tell you, the one I would say that might go slept on a little bit is Westside. About 3 years ago when they went to the playoffs, that defensive line was good. I think Grovetown had better college prospects. That Westside line was good. Grovetown, Thompson's had a couple, but this is a good one, yeah.
Edmond to the air. It is complete to Demarius Tolan.
Yeah, Tolan's
and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, Tolan's got about 6 or 7 college offers, including Tennessee Tech. 6'4". He came over from Aiken as well, just like Staley. Staley has 28 Division I offers. Basically, anywhere he wants to go play in America, he could. He chose Tennessee, and that's where he's committed.
I love when they say 28. Like, if he called up anybody who didn't offer, they would immediately offer.
Yeah, we'll take you. We don't want to waste our time.
In all seriousness, AB, you make a good point. I've heard you say it on your show multiple times. Is this one will go for another 8 yards? You know, there are certain programs. Once you get that offer, you can go anywhere you want. That's basketball, football.
For sure.
In basketball, if you get the offer from Kansas and North Carolina, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's 4. It's 4 in basketball. Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, Kentucky. You get offered by those 4, you're good. And in football, it's Georgia, Alabama, and you really those 2. You can throw Ohio State maybe in there. But I think if you get offered from either Georgia or Alabama, anybody would take you, and he, of course, had his choice of schools. His dad was a heck of a player. Brian Staley.
Another guy we covered.
Oh, gosh.
Makes us feel old.
Hey, he was a star in high school, committed to Clemson, ended up going to JUCO, where he's a 2-time All-American, ended up, bouncing around some different schools. But I'm telling you, he was just as good as his son. His son, though, we could see him in the NFL in a few years.
That's going to be enough for a first down.
The running back down there.
That's Barnes again. And you talk about quality over quantity. Barnes came in with 311 rushing yards, but 8 rushing touchdowns. And a fresh set of downs for the Rebels into Silver Bluff territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, they've had the ball for almost the entire first quarter, other than 4 offensive plays and a punt.
Yeah, pick 5.
Well, 4. They punted on the 4th, and the 5th was. Did they throw it on first down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 5 plays.
Edmond to Tolan for 8. So that'll bring up 2nd and let's call it a long 6.
And don't forget, folks, right now at McDonald's, you can get any size of your favorite frozen drink, like the new Hawaiian Frozen Punch. That's any size. You can of the McCafe iced coffees as well, and they're only $1.89. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
I mean, he got 6. Brings up 2nd and 3. And Edmond rolls out.
He's well
gets
past the line of scrimmage.
And Sewell will have the reception, but yeah, Nathan's right. There is a flag back at the 35. There are 2 flags back at the 35 and the 40.
Yeah, Quan Edmonds is not a runner. He's going to get rid of the football. But that time he likely crossed the line of scrimmage.
And we will await the call from the Reverend.
I got an illegal forward pass against the offense. All right, Coach.
It's a good call, Nathan. And the penalty goes against the Strom Thurmond Rebels.
The referee's defense. You don't signal that one very often.
Not on.
No.
Yeah, not that often. Especially not these days because quarterbacks run so much. But like I said, that's not Edmond's forte. He's going to throw the football.
So now there's a conversation going on between the officials.
Talk about the tradition between these two. 879 total wins and less than 400 losses. 5 state titles, of course, for Silver Bluff. A couple of state titles for Strom Thurmond. And our buddy Brian Smith had a near state title here in his first season coaching in 1995, coaching at Strom Thurmond.
Yeah, led him to the state championship game and then the semifinals another year. And, of course, he will be our Border Bowl coach for Team South Carolina.
And he's got Barnwell playing well. They struggled a little bit early in the year, and now they're 5-3, playing some good football. His first season as the head coach with the Warhorses.
Here's the call.
We had 2 fouls on the play. First foul was an illegal forward pass against the offense. That includes a loss of down. It's a 5-yard penalty from the spot. After the play, a dead ball, personal foul against the defense. That'll be marked off from that spot, 15 yards. The result is a first down.
Was it a horse collar on the tackle?
It must have been.
He pulled him backwards.
Yeah.
The receiver on the play was number 11, Jay Sewell, who's having a tremendous year.
When I saw his name, I thought it was Jay Sewell, our old buddy, the former golf coach at Augusta State University, now at the University of Alabama.
Yeah, boy, he's had a pretty good little run there at Alabama, hasn't he?
Not bad.
He has coached some great players that are all doing well out on the PGA Tour now, a bunch of them.
So the end result is 1st and 10 Rebels at the 35-yard line of Silver Bluff.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on this one because the 5-yard penalty would have put it back at the 47, and now we're only at the 35.
And gain of 6 on first down.
And that was Michael
Blocker. And again, he's better known for his defense here, but he does have 3 rushing touchdowns to his credit.
Well, Cam Blacks runs the ball as well, but he's injured tonight. And so we'll probably see more of Blocker and Barnes, which, you know, they're 2 of the guys anyway, but
Second and 3. Blocker the back again. But instead, Edmond will swing it out to Sewell. And Sewell right in front of our banner. We'll take it to the 21-yard line on a first down.
yeah, it's so tough to guard that. You know, you've got those 2 great deep threats in Tolan and Staley. You've got them going down. He's faking like he's going to throw there, and you leave in the flats wide open Sewell. I mean, tough to guard all 3 guys for sure.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Rebels taking their time. 2:26 left in this opening quarter. Already leading 6-0. Staley on the run. He'll get inside the 20. You saw the flag come in. So we'll catch the call.
Offense. You're the running back?
And it was a legal shift against the Rebels.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the ball in Staley's hands. Man, when he's running full speed and you pitch it to him, that's dangerous.
Well, if there's anybody who knows anything about offense and offensive play calling, it is Strom Thurmond head coach Andrew Webb, who has averaged 35 points a game here at Strom Thurmond since he's become head coach. But you go back to his days as the offensive coordinator at Saluda. They won a state championship.
An illegal shift against the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Thank you, sir. But you go back to they won a state championship at Saluda when he was offensive coordinator. They averaged 35 a game for 3 years when he was there before he got the head coaching job here.
Well, and there was one season in there where they were putting up 50 week in and week out.
And dominated Border Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
So backed up to 1st and 15 from the 27. And Edmond rolling, throwing, touchdown. Staley in the corner, his second of the night.
What a luxury to have as a quarterback. You got the Silver Bluff guys busting through the line, so you just throw it up, and Staley gets in the corner of the end zone and makes the grab. 10 touchdown catches already for Staley this season. Look at this.
It's a great throw to the back corner.
It is.
It really is.
And he got both feet in bounds. He's practicing for Sundays, not Saturdays. You know, and it's interesting. You've got we've got two guys in the area that are going to powerhouse SEC programs, Tennessee and Alabama. Mason Short, completely different situation. By the time he stepped on campus as a freshman, he already had a bunch of offers. Staley's was a little different. Even though his dad was a great player, he was a good player early on, but his recruitment didn't really hit it till at the end of his junior season. That's when everything started happening for him, and he is a phenomenal talent, as we're seeing here in the early going.
Can I give you my Nate Nordine stat now that he made the extra point?
Let's see it.
He is now 25 of 28 on points after, and we'll give you his field goal stats if we get there. I don't want to jinx him, so we'll just stick with that. So we talked about we're in the middle of the peach fields here in Edgefield, South Carolina. Did you know, AB, I know Georgia calls itself the Peach State. South Carolina would argue with that and say it is the real Peach State. More than 3 times as many peaches are processed in the state of South Carolina than the state of Georgia. The reason Georgia is called the Peach State is because peach production began in the state of Georgia. South Carolina's kind of gone from there and taken it to another level. This video, by the way, provided to us by our friends from Titan Farms, who's always great to us when we do some peach stories here in Edgefield County and the surrounding areas. So Georgia actually leads the nation in what? What do you think? Guess. What does Georgia lead the country in production off of?
You'd want to think about peanuts, I guess.
There you go. Yeah. There you go, peanuts. So,
and I know what state leads in peach production. So I think South Carolina's 2, Georgia's 3, maybe.
Who is it?
California.
Is it really?
Yes.
I do not know that. We'll get our statistician Nathan Edwards to
to
verify.
I mean, the way I'm doing in trivia, y'all might want to check that. I'm sure Kira's already Googling.
Bulldogs are going to start at the 20-yard line, down 14-0. Well, my question was going to be, if you had to pick one, you want a peach or you want some peanuts?
Oh, there's no doubt peach. What are you, crazy?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm a peanut guy.
Peach is a top 3 fruit, man.
I don't have a sweet tooth.
Oh man,
so
I love good peach.
I love peaches, but you can do so many different things with peanuts.
No, I'm a big peanut guy too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying if I had to choose, I'm going peach.
He wants peaches with peanuts on top.
Peanut covered peach. What are you talking about?
Final 94 seconds of this first quarter, and Strom Thurmond leading 13-0.
And if we want to go ahead and go all the way, peach cobbler.
Oh, now you're talking.
Kidding?
Now you're talking my language.
I'm gonna go down to the concession stand. I'll be right back, guys. Talking about all these peanuts and peaches and stuff.
You saw the flag and another flag.
The second one coming in is kind of weird. The first one I could see it maybe on a block, but the second one maybe.
I think they both saw the same thing.
Okay.
All right, Coach, you want that, right?
That's against Strom Thurmond.
Personal foul, face mask against the defense.
Wow.
15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Well, Silver Bluff needs, if not to answer with points, they at least need to keep the defense off the field for a little bit. Because right now, Strom Thurmond has looked really, really good on offense.
As a massive penalty all the way up to the 48-yard line. Was it a 26-yard penalty? 24-yard penalty. Nope, 26. Look at me doing math. And another one.
They'll get 5 more there.
That's going to put them in Strom Thurmond territory.
Nate Stevens, the senior defensive lineman, jumped across.
5 yards, remains first down.
Well, I think all of us were surprised, and no disrespect to Saluda, but I think all of us thought this would be a matchup of unbeatens in the region, and Saluda scored 15 unanswered against Strom Thurmond, or against Silver Bluff last week. I think we were all curious to see how Silver Bluff would react tonight and respond. And that's going to be a no game back to the current line of scrimmage. But the way Silver Bluff lost that game to Saluda last week, they were up 14-0, allowed 15 unanswered. The go-ahead touchdown, or the touchdown that put Saluda in position to win that game, was it deflected off of a Silver Bluff defender into the arms of a Saluda receiver, and then they go for 2 and they win. Just a gut-wrenching loss for the Bulldogs.
I'd rather lose 40-0.
I 100% agree. This is Gant, and Gant will be stopped. So after the series of penalties, Strom Thurmond's defense bowing its neck a little bit, there is another flag down.
Yeah, that lost, especially with the previous week, what Strom Thurmond did to Saluda, blowing them out. That loss, certainly, I did a double take when I saw the score last week.
We await the call.
Holding against the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the end of the run. Second down.
Well, one thing we haven't seen yet that we will see tonight from Silver Bluff is they are using Jaden Fuller and Jordan Boyd on offense, especially Fuller. They'll throw to him. He'll run it some. He's number 4. And I'm telling you, when I say strong, he might be the strongest kid in this area, pound for pound. He's built. He looks like he's a 30-year-old man in the NFL. I mean, he's just so strong. He wears number 4 right there. You see him. That is a strong, strong kid. I watched a lot of his workout stuff from this summer, and I'm like, man, what is he getting ready for? A Power Man competition?
And McCorkle, forced to eat it. And out of bounds he goes.
Yeah, he took a shot at the end of that play.
Well, you talk about Fuller. He's also a WJBF Scholar Athlete of the Week. 4.44 GPA.
Where does he find time? He's in the weight room. He's obviously eating.
He's also taking dual enrollment courses.
Yeah.
He's committed to the Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, had an offer from App State and a bunch of other schools, but chose going to the MAC. They've produced a lot of NFL guys over the years.
Maction. All right.
Miami of Ohio produced a pretty good quarterback I'm fond of.
Let me guess. Well, Ben Roethlisberger.
That's right.
That is complete. That is a first down, and that is Deshaun McCorkle, who averages 14 yards a catch, and he's going to get more than that all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that looked a little bit similar to the play last night, if anybody saw it, where Jacksonville beat New Orleans on. He caught a little short pass, and one man missed a tackle, and he was off to the races. Christian Kirk scored the TD last night. Here, McCorkle gets Silver Bluff in good position.
Yeah, so how about that to end the first quarter? Bulldogs moving, but down 13. We're through 1 in Johnston. Silver Bluff trying to cause chaos in Region 3 AA. If they win tonight against Strom Thurmond, there will be a 3-way tie atop this region with only 1 week left in the regular season. Jaden Fuller is in. And there is a change at quarterback as well. That was Draylon Brown, and that didn't go anywhere.
No, Silver Bluff, it's almost like they knew exactly what the play was going to be.
Well,
I mean, they tackled everybody. They tackled the lead blockers. They tackled the quarterback.
Juju Stevens, the North Carolina Central, is an offer from them at least, was the first man in for Strom Thurmond.
Yeah, he's a good all-around football player. Getting a little overshadowed this year because he was the star receiver last year, but they got so many new weapons on this team. But he's a really solid player, both sides of the ball, can do anything asked of him.
DeAndre McCorkle back in at QB for Silver Bluff. And again, trouble with the snap. He'll try to make something out of nothing, and no. And again, it's Stevens plugging the gap.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and sneak in the QBs by the quarter from the first quarter. So DeAndre McCorkle for Silver Bluff was 2 of 3 for 42 yards, did have the 1 interception. And then Edmond for Strom Thurmond was 6 of 8 for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And the QBs by the quarter brought to you as always by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware.
Speaking of quarterbacks who could put up some numbers, one of the owners of Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware, his son, a former almost 3,000-yard passer, back-to-back seasons at Greenbrier.
And now at Georgia Southern.
Now at Georgia Southern. They moved him to receiver at Georgia Southern and had a chance to. I ran into him. He was at our game that we did a few weeks ago, Greenbrier and Aquinas.
He had a pretty good group of wide receivers, too.
Yeah, he sure did. Malik Leverett, who's now at East Carolina.
Oh my goodness. There is a flag down. So hold everything. That was Darius Simpkins on the interception and the return into Silver Bluff territory. We'll see what the flag does.
Simpkins, one of the leaders on this team. He was the guy getting everybody hyped up before the game. And, man, a big play there.
And it'll stand. It's Rebel football deep in Silver Bluff territory.
There's 2 turnovers on the Bulldogs already. You can't do that. Not on the road against a really good team. And they put themselves in a bad spot here, down 2 scores, and Strom Thurmond with the ball.
And I feel like a broken record when I say this, but he also has a lot of small college offers. Pretty much this entire Strom Thurmond team is getting looked at by somebody.
Yeah, there's plenty of coaches stopping buying baskets of peaches on the way out of Johnston, no doubt.
I feel like a deep shot to Staley's coming here.
Yeah, it's worked
juicy.
It's worked twice. They might as well try it again.
From the Silver Bluff 41-yard line.
Well, look how much room they're giving Staley.
Staley's at the top of your
look,
screen.
They're giving him 12 yards off the line of scrimmage.
And it is intended for Demarius Tolan, and just in and out of his hands.
Yeah, he was wide open, that pass throw. You know, he's 6'4", big target, but that ball overthrown. And again, it's such a luxury when you have a Staley, and obviously Tolan and those guys are all talented, but when you got a Staley, he draws a lot of attention. The safety in the middle of the field, going over to that side, it left the middle wide open. Really well designed play by Andrew Webb and his staff, and it was there. It was just that time the ball overthrown a little bit by Edmonds.
This is just such a fun matchup to watch, this Silver Bluff defense versus this Strom Thurmond offense. And we don't see an offense like this in high school football very often. So this is Sewell, and he'll get to the 31-yard line.
Well, the Tennessee coaches will like seeing that on tape. There's standout Braylon Staley out blocking for his other receiver. It's easy for those guys to make the big catch and score the touchdowns, but doing that the dirty work, as they call it, certainly will not only endear you to the coaches, but also your teammates.
Yeah, Hypo will love that as much as Tennessee runs those quick slip screens outside.
Well, the thing I noticed, too, a guy that was happy on that play was one of the players that had to block Jade Neeson, because on that one you get to let him go. You're throwing a quick screen. You don't have to deal with him.
Need 2 yards on 3rd down, do the Rebels. And they're not going to get it. How about Fuller just plugging the gap?
Jaden Fuller shows you his quickness for such a big, strong guy.
Well, he came in with 77 tackles. That leads this team. We talked about how he's committed to Miami of Ohio, and we mentioned how he's a Scholar Athlete of the Week. He also had offers from Princeton and Penn.
I'm going to go for it here a little bit.
That ain't easy.
A little bit in no man's territory here.
Yeah, they're 4th and 4 from the 35-yard line.
Not going to punt it from here, and too
now,
long for a field goal.
Nordine does have a 50-yarder to his credit this year, but they'd have to get to the 33, so a little bit out of his range maybe. Or maybe they were trying to draw him off. And Strom Thurmond will take its first time out of the first half. So we will take one with them. 13-0. The Rebels lead the Bulldogs. 9:07 left to play in the first half. The Strom Thurmond student section, brought to you by Payne College Lions. Can't see a lot of them because they're in camouflage.
Camo it out. Like it.
It is Camo night here in Etchell. Senior night also for Strom Thurmond as they honor some of the great players that have come through this program. 4th and 4, and again, Andrew Webb will leave the offense on the field. Edmond will throw for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs back to the Bulldogs. So pretty good defensive stand there for Silver Bluff. They bent, they didn't break.
Yeah, definitely, because after that pick, it definitely looked like Strom Thurmond would be able to, get in there and get another score. So good hold there. Now if you can get a drive and put some points on the board, you're right back in it. We got ourselves a ball game.
We've had many games like this on Game Night Live this year where it felt like one team was starting to run away with it a little bit, but next thing you know, it can be a one-score game.
You don't have to go back too far. Lincoln County, Washington Wilkes.
Yeah. I think the Tigers would rather you didn't bring that up.
Yeah, they got to forget about it because they got a tough one tonight with Aquinas. That whole region, though, is very tough.
And we'll have those scores for you coming up on the Eichels Law Firm halftime show at the half. But 9:01 to play before then. And what's the call?
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Well, that'll not make D'Angelo Bryant happy.
No, not coming off the change of possessions like that.
30-yard line. First down at 15.
So backs him up to the 30. The Silver Bluff offense. These are two, again, this is what we were looking forward to. These are fairly evenly matched teams. Silver Bluff averaging 32 a game. Strom Thurmond averaging 33 a game. Silver Bluff gives up 14 a game. Strom Thurmond gives up 12 a game. And on first down.
And they've also played some similar opponents. Both of these teams lost to Midland Valley, who's 8-0.
A lot of people have lost to Midland Valley.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. And they also both played Saluda. And they both played a pretty tough schedule, especially Strom Thurmond. And they've played some much bigger schools. They've dominated Evans in their matchup with the Knights.
Well, Strom Thurmond's only 2 losses have come to Midland Valley and North Augusta, which we'll see both of those teams a week from tonight on Game Night Live. But we'll get to that. In the meantime, 2nd and 15. And McCorkle on the far side, Gant. Gant averaging 14 yards a catch, but only gets a couple there.
Well, folks, the Georgia Army National Guard offers you so much more than what you may think. You can get a degree with money for school, learn job skills, translate to the civilian world, make bonds that last a lifetime, and earn pride for life. When you become a Guard soldier, your family will thank you, your country will thank you, and your future will owe you. The Georgia Army National Guard.
And we'll see what D'Angelo Bryant has in his playbook for 3rd and 15 from the 30. McCorkle in trouble, gets rid of it. Little Patrick Mahomes shovel pass and nothing. And once again, Juju Stevens, who's having himself a whale of a ball game.
Late flag.
Wonder if it's a late hit, maybe.
It's a late hit or a high hit.
All right, Coach.
You mentioned earlier, this was a close game last season. Strom Thurmond won it 17-7. They do lead the all-time series.
Personal foul, face mask against the defense. 15-yard penalty, which will result in a first down.
Wow, that is a huge call because the Rebels are about to get the ball back, and instead, Silver Bluff is going to have it at its own 45-yard line.
Well, at some point, they're getting some breaks, with penalties and at some point, they got to take advantage of this and get some offense going. They have struggled offensively in the last few weeks.
Daniel Jones is the running back for the Bulldogs. And he will get the call. First time we've called his name tonight. He'll fight his way toward midfield, not the quarterback of the New York Giants.
Good hard run, though.
He's had 700-plus yards coming in. He averages 11 yards a carry. He picks up 4 here on first down. Brings up 2nd and 6. Short 6, long 5.
Yeah, good hard run there. If you could do that all night on first down, you'll be happy with that.
Ball is at midfield. And this time McCorkle will keep. And he'll have 5 more.
Yeah, first
that
down.
Should be a first down. Yep, just enough across the 45-yard line.
The next time Jaden Fuller lines up in the slot, I'm going to get you to pay attention because it's not often that you see a, 5'11", 6 foot or so, 235-pound, slot receiver that can motor. Watch him. He's in there. He is.
There he
in
is.
The slot, number 4. Watch him.
Part of the trips on the right.
And he gets off. Look at him. He gets off the ball too.
Bulldogs won a bunch, and McCorkle overthrew everybody. He was looking for Atterbury.
Got a hold on the play.
Pass intended for Atterbury, incomplete, second down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yep, flag in. And the Bulldogs already assume it's against them.
Against the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot, repeat first down.
So after a relatively clean first quarter, a little bit of a sloppy second quarter.
Yeah, it has. Penalties starting to kind of pile up, and a lot of big penalties. Face masks, personal fouls.
First down and 20.
So first and 20. And the Silver Bluff back into its own territory at the 45-yard line. McCorkle trying to take matters into his own hands. Made the first man miss. He will dive into Strom Thurmond territory at the 46-yard line.
He made Juju Stevens miss.
Yeah, which is not easy to do. Deontay Phillips, who's actually the leading tackler on this Strom Thurmond team with 47 coming in, was the guy who finally brought him down.
It's a good run, though.
Up to the 46-yard line. Second and 11. This time to throw, and kind of short-armed it a little bit. He was looking for Gant.
Gant is incomplete, third down and 11.
He's rushing a little bit trying to get the ball out of his hand. If he waits a little bit, he's got some receivers that are getting open.
Well, this is a Strom Thurmond defense, and again, we talked about the Silver Bluff defense so much, but this is a Strom Thurmond defense that has forced a lot of turnovers this year. They get pressure on the quarterback, and sometimes they can force a hurried throw.
We've gotten 2 turnovers already, and Silver Bluff only has 68 total yards, and 31 was on 1 pass play.
Wow. Third and 11. McCorkle. Oh, from the blind side.
That's backwards.
That is backwards. Ball is going to go out of bounds. That's actually probably a good break for Silver Bluff. I don't know if that was Andrew Webb, but it was one of the Strom Thurmond coaches
Did a little sprint down the sidelines.
Yeah.
He wanted that one.
So it's all the way back to the 32-yard line, 33. Wow.
Yep, the old 4th and 32, John.
Yeah, so that's a loss of 13 yards on the play, and yeah, as Nathan said, the punt will do good to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It does, and it's Staley with a chance.
Here he goes.
Here we go. Get your popcorn ready. Good return up to the 42-yard line of Silver Bluff. And the Rebels will have great field position with 5:34 left to play in the first half.
Malik Mazzone made the tackle on the play.
We do have a flag.
That's been a theme here in this quarter.
I was going to say, wouldn't
back,
expect anything less.
It's way back near the line of scrimmage.
Offsetting penalties on the play. Personal foul against the defense, unnecessary for roughage. Personal foul against on the kicking team, unnecessary roughage. Those penalties offset. Re-kick, 4th down.
Nothing I hate more than offsetting penalties. So nothing doing there, and it'll be Silver Bluff football. I should say Strom Thurmond football.
Yeah, in Strom, Silver Bluff, again, when they keep getting breaks and then they give them up themselves.
So the Strom Thurmond, or Silver Bluff, I should say, will start from the 32-yard line. And we'll do it again. This is Andrew Bird. Goodness gracious. More flags come in.
Staley really wanted him to throw that ball back across the field to him because it was wide open.
We have ground to a halt here, folks. You see the officials trying to decide this one.
I don't know
Still
that
4th and 2, 32.
I don't know that I remember. We've had games with tons of penalties, obviously. I don't remember so many plays with multiple flags on the ground at the same time. We've had a bunch of those tonight.
Hearing the Jeopardy theme in my head.
During the return, we had 2 fouls on the return team. First foul was a block in the back against the return team. That penalty is declined. Second foul was a hold, which will be penalized from the end of the run, 10 yards, first down.
So after all that, Strom Thurmond will finally have the football. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Rebel 31-yard line. Goodness gracious. With 5:23 left in the half. And it's Edmond. And a quick out to Sewell. Let's check in with Kira Goldstein on the sidelines. Kira, what do you have for us?
Guys, both coaches really emphasize discipline, especially Silver Bluff after their loss last week. But both coaches have said that that is a main focus this week, and I think that we're seeing why that has been such a focus with all of these penalties holding up the game.
Yeah, I also think that it's going to be a focus on Monday at practice.
Yeah, I think running might be the focus. Bear crawl, something.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh! Don't ever mention those to me ever again.
Well, at Evans, we had something called a Stone Mountain, and all the Evans folks watching will remember those. They were not fun, and the next time we're over at Evans, I have to show you what you had to do to finish a Stone Mountain.
I think I'm good.
It's not fun.
No, I think the rolling of the field would not be fun either.
Yeah.
They make them roll.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty big third down here, getting sort of late-ish in the second quarter.
When I was younger, I always used to think how smart the coaches were because I was like, they know just where I'm about to pass out. and they stop just before that. And so they're so good. How do they know?
Staley's at the bottom of your screen. Instead, they will go to the right side, and again, incomplete. And so a good stop by this Silver Bluff defense, which has really bowed its neck here a little bit in the second quarter.
Well, no doubt.
A bit of a rough start.
No doubt, even though they've given up the 2 touchdowns, they've kept their team in the game a little bit. They just got to get some offense going.
This is a Silver Bluff defense that has thrown 3 shutouts this year, forced 12 turnovers, 18 sacks.
I don't know how many tackles for loss they have, but it's got to be a lot between Eason and Fuller. And that's not even counting the big D1 prospect, Jordan Boyd, who we haven't really called his name, much tonight.
The Georgia Tech commitment. Nordine has to handle a rough snap. And good kick and a good Strom Thurmond bounce inside the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 19-yard line. Well, Silver Bluff has bowed its neck on defense, but they're going to have to get some offense going here in these final 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And up to the line come the Bulldogs. (13-0). Strom Thurmond leads Silver Bluff. 4:56 to go here on week 10. Hard to believe of Game Night Live. This is complete. Swung out to Juan McCorkle.
Guess what? Another flag, John.
And I tell you, McCorkle, the receiver, I mean, he looks pretty darn good. He made a couple of nice fakes there and able to pick up decent yardage, but again, a flag is down. Watch this here, though. He waits right here, makes a man miss. I like that. Nice run.
You know what I would like? Less flags. This is going to go against the Bulldogs. You can see them retreating.
Against the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 1st down.
This is starting to get a little dangerous here for Silver Bluff. They've had some bad snaps. Now you're back in, right about your own 10, I guess, at the 11-yard line. You can't afford a miscue here, but also you need points. So they can't just play it safe. They've got to go, use their full offense.
So 1st and 18 from the 11 after all that. And guess who on the tackle for Strom Thurmond?
Yeah, Juju Stevens has been outstanding tonight. I thought we might see a little more of him on offense. Obviously, they got plenty of weapons there, but, early in the year he had a game where he caught a couple of touchdowns. But, man, defensively he has been all over the field. You throw him in there. You've got Simpkins with a big play. You've got, also Clark with the interception. It's a good effort tonight by this Strom Thurmond defense. We've been talking a lot about Silver Bluffs. They've got a pretty good one, too, here in Johnston.
Next snap will take us under 4 minutes in the first half. Again, not much.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. So Strom Thurmond, they're not dominating up front on both sides of the ball, but they're definitely winning up front.
So back to the original line of scrimmage. Caught 3rd and 18 from the Silver Bluff 11-yard line. Anyway, see that brick building at the top of your screen there? This is an excellent athletic complex. This entire area, what they've done with the stadium and the complex surrounding it and the baseball field, just an excellent football facility and one of our favorite places to visit. On 3rd and 18, it's going to be 4th and 18. And now, AB, to your point, now you really got to be careful.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
you got to kick it out of the shadow of your own goalpost.
Out of the shadow of your own goalpost, to probably the most dangerous return man in the area, who's going to be standing on your side of the field. Yeah, this is a.
Yeah, Staley's going to stand at the Silver Bluff 40-yard line, and that's worst case scenario for the Rebels. And kick will take a Silver Bluff bounce. Staley will not get a chance to return it. It'll roll at the 37-yard line, and the Rebels have flipped the field on the Bulldogs.
Well, yeah, unfortunately that penalty that pushed them back and then unable to get any first downs, they're giving Strom Thurmond a really short field to work with. They're already up by 2 scores. Now the Rebels going for more.
Well, we've talked about this Silver Bluff defense. They're going to need a big stand now. How about one of the great defenders ever to come out of Silver Bluff or the CSRA, DeMarcus Lawrence, a 2010 Silver Bluff grad, went JUCO route into Boise State, where he was 2-time All-Mountain West Conference and went in the 2nd round of the 2014 draft. And what has he done since, AB? Become a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Well, if they redid
that draft,
he would be a first-rounder for sure.
100%. Well, The Bulldogs could use a little DeMarcus Lawrence right now, as on first down it is Barnes. And he'll pick up 9.
How old is Lawrence now?
30-ish.
Is he?
He's north of 30, I believe.
Yeah, I was thinking he was. I was thinking he was about 27.
But that last
say he wasn't alive the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl.
Oh boy, spoken like a true Steeler. Well, we're going to test your Steelers knowledge with the BrandSmart USA trivia question coming up in the third quarter. So stay tuned for that. Be careful what you wish for.
I know.
2nd and 1 from the 28. And it's Barnes again, straight through the gut. And were it not for a shoestring tackle by Jonathan Peoples, he might have been gone.
Yeah, good run that time for sure.
31 years old on DeMarcus Lawrence.
So he was 4 last time. He wasn't in school yet.
Thanks to our statistician, Nathan Edwards. And a big first down, 1st and goal at the 8 for the Rebels. Barnes, the lone back. He'll get the call. Barnes picking his way through traffic. Down at the 1.
Barnes on the carry down to the Bulldog 2-yard line.
Well, Strom Thurmond is in a great situation. They're up 2 scores. They're possibly going in for their 3rd. The clock is running, so there won't be much time left when Silver Bluff gets the football. Everything going the Rebels' way right now.
Barnes now up to 68 yards on the ground on 10 carries in the first half.
On pace for a possible 100-yard night. Again, he only came in with 800, or I should say 300 on the year, so big night for Barnes. And there he is, number 20, to the right of Edmond. They'll give it to him again, and he's in. 9th touchdown of the year for Chris Barnes. And Strom Thurmond now up 19-0 with the point after coming.
Well, and as I said, too, they were letting the clock run. It's already down to 1:39, so Silver Bluff will not have a lot of time to work with when they get it back.
Nordine for the point after. And he is once again good. With 99 seconds left in the first half, Strom Thurmond extends the lead to 20-0 over Silver Bluff. You see a lot of the fans in the pink gear with the breast cancer awareness. And don't forget, in 99 seconds, we will have the Eichholz Law Firm halftime show with Kira Goldstein. She's got some special guests lined up on the field. We will pay a special visit. By the way, you want to stick around just for our special visit to Strom Thurmond High School that we did this week. Our director, Josh Recor, came up here this week, and it's fun. I'll just say that. So we're going to highlight their drama department, if that gives you any indication.
We'll also have scores from around the area, and I do know one, Trayvon Dunbar, up to his old tricks tonight. He already has 3 first-half touchdowns.
Goodness gracious.
I think that was specifically because you called him out this week and said he was not a repeat player of the week on your radio.
He could have probably been 3 times if I want, trying to even it out,
Just getting tuned up for next week.
Yeah. They didn't want to slip up this week against South Aiken, and right now they're not. We'll have that score for you at halftime.
Yeah, that is a big game, because if Midland Valley can get through that game, then we're talking about a region championship game in all likelihood next week on Game Night Live.
And also, how about a school that had never in their existence started a season 4-0, and they've got a chance if they win tonight to be 9-0. What a start.
What a great job by Earl Chapman he's done at Midland Valley.
Had played for a championship before.
That's true. They
2015
did.
Under Rick Knight.
I want to say did they go 10-14 or 10-4 that year?
They lost their first 4 games that year, didn't they?
Maybe. So they might have been 10 or 11-5, something like that. But yeah, they had Daniel Carr, the outstanding quarterback who went on to play college basketball at Queens College. And
what do you do here if you're Silver Bluff? Do you take it to the locker room and regroup? You're going to get the, or do you take a chance? I guess we're going to take a chance.
The only other thing
you get the kickoff for the second half.
Yeah, the only other thing I could see them doing is maybe trying to get the ball to McCorkle, 14, the receiver. They're not a quick strike team, though. But I think that's your only option. Maybe see if he can break a tackle or two and make a run, and then you go for it. If not, I might be content to just let the clock run.
Well, I think we're getting our answer as the clock continues to run, and the Bulldogs are in no hurry.
Yeah, they've got 3 timeouts they could be using. Now, will Strom Thurmond decide to use timeouts? They've got 2. And I would imagine if they get a stop here, they might try a timeout.
I feel like if you're going to go with Atterbury in the second half at quarterback, you're trying to get him a little bit of confidence.
Atterbury took the Wildcat snap there. And
he started the year as their starting QB.
And Strom Thurmond, to your point, AB, has called timeout with 45 seconds left. So now if the Rebels can get off the field here and force a punt, they may have a chance to score.
That's right.
Again.
And they do have a quick strike offense.
Yes, they do. Well, this is a big night for WJBF and for high school football in our area because we have a big announcement coming up tonight, AB.
I'm excited.
I am very excited.
The Border Bowl teams will be announced tonight.
Yes.
During Football Friday night with Brendan. Should be awesome. I can't wait to see the teams and see who all is able to make it. We've got a lot of good seniors in the area, so exciting time for all those guys and a lot of families out there who'll be watching.
It has been a process to put those 2 rosters together. We have Team South Carolina head coach Brian Smith of Barnwell, Team Georgia head coach Barrett Davis from Evans. They have spent a lot of time going through countless players to whittle this roster down to the best seniors on either side of the Savannah River that will meet. And then we're also going to reveal the location
That's right.
of Border Bowl 11.
I forgot about that.
Somewhere we've never been before.
Well, kudos to those coaches. That's a task trying to pick, and it's hard to decide. And kudos to them for putting in a lot of work trying to make those teams just right.
Atterbury, again, stopped short. So this is interesting. The change at QB here at the last minute of the first half.
So did they call a timeout? The clock, they did
and
call
Strom Thurmond.
So 49 seconds to go. So Strom Thurmond will get the ball back.
This is going to be fun because they're going to get the ball back with 49 seconds left, and as you mentioned, AB, they can throw it.
Fun for you and fun for us. I don't know about fun for Silver Bluff. They would just be content if this clock would somehow run out. But
and no matter what, they're going to have great field position. You would think somewhere around midfield based on previous punts.
Well, and you almost – and if you take a chance and punt it near Staley, I mean, that's scary in its own right.
Yeah, if we get a punt to the other side, I wonder if we do see maybe that
pass,
throw back to Staley. They get Staley on the right side of front formation this time. But now they're going to switch it up.
Andrew Bird is the other returner back with Staley, and they will both stand at about their 45-yard line.
Well, now you wonder if Silver Bluff saw what you saw, Nathan, and maybe they keep an eye on that. You saw that Staley was wanting that to happen last time. Maybe they did as well. Better punt here.
Yeah, really good kick and a really good bounce. And it's Bird on the return, and not much of a return to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, best punt of the night for Silver Bluff for sure.
But 39 seconds, no timeouts. I'm really curious to see what Andrew Webb has drawn up.
You know, that punt, though, best punt of the night, that's big.
It is big.
That might save you from going down another score.
But don't forget, Nate Nordine has hit from 50 yards. You have to get to the 33-yard line.
Maybe I think John's itching. He wants to see him try like a 55-yarder.
I would like to see him try. I want to see him try. Why not? What do you got to lose?
Absolutely.
If you're up 20-0, if you can get it to the 35.
Yeah, if you get the last play of the half, why not?
So that's about a 30-yard gain from here. And out of bounds is Sewell.
Yeah, they got what they wanted
at the 45,
there.
Clock stops, 33 seconds left.
They got what they wanted there, passed to the sideline, stopped the clock.
At the 44-yard line.
3 defenders right there for Silver Bluff and still got that ball in there.
Now you're 19 yards away.
And, you know, I don't even know that they're thinking that. I think they're thinking big play touchdown.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll help.
Oh, that'll help.
That's wow.
That puts them all the way to the about just shy of the 40-yard line. Oh, wait, from the previous spot. Okay, so the pass won't count.
So I guess it was during the play.
Yeah. That still puts them at midfield. Well,
They'll mark it off now.
no, so it is after the play. Okay. They said the previous spot, but.
Into Silver Bluff territory at the 49.
Yeah. So it was the previous spot. So 49, again.
Well, that changes everything.
That does. The question is Staley going to be ready for the plays? Fixing his knee pad.
You see him with the hoodie at the bottom of your screen. First and 10 from the 49 of Silver Bluff. There's your big play, AB, and just a little bit too far for Tolan.
Pass intended for Demarius Tolan, incomplete.
Well, they used Staley again to try and get Tolan one-on-one, but they didn't. Silver Bluff actually kept the safety, came back and to help. So,
but the clock stops, 27 seconds left.
I don't mind going for the big hitter. I don't know that you need it necessarily here. I think you might could throw a couple of passes. The problem is Silver Bluff knows you have to throw to the sidelines too, so if they're playing smart, you know, they're definitely favoring that.
Second and 10 from the 49. It's Staley. And Staley will get to the sidelines and out of bounds with 22 seconds left at the 42.
Staley slow to get up, holding his neck.
And the entire state of Tennessee holds its breath.
Yeah. Did a good job, like you said, making sure he got out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely got to find the way to get the ball in his hands more because they only had 2 catches prior to that, and they were both touchdowns.
Well, they've tried the end around once. They tried the trick play once. Those had not worked out.
Third and 3, and it's Staley. Got a block. Out of bounds at the 32.
Coming back on the block.
And the block is going to get him a penalty. You see the flag at the bottom of your screen. Good job by our folks in the truck and our camera crew on top of the press box here.
So now it's getting to the point where you are just going to need to heave one up here. If you don't, you got time for maybe, again, if you don't get out of bounds, it's over.
Against the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat third down.
And now you also only are going to have 2 downs because of unless you get a first. And I don't know if they have time for that. So let's see what Coach Webb tries to do here for Strom Thurmond.
So you're saying heave one to the end zone. I'm saying try to get it to the 33-yard line. Or the 35.
Do you have time, though, to get it set up?
If you can get it to the sideline.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what we think. There's only one person who matters right now, and that's Andrew Webb, and we'll see what he does. Well, there's your heave, AB, and incomplete, and a flag. Boy, it was sort of a 50-50 ball, and they might get the PI.
They are. Sewell wanted the hold, and I think he's gonna get it.
You're going to have 8 seconds left, though.
Well,
it could put you in field goal range, though.
It'll put them close for sure.
Defense. 15-yard penalty
Yeah.
will result in a first down.
So they didn't do anything we thought. A penalty's going to put them in field goal range.
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
It should put them, at about the 33?
34-yard line.
Yeah, it's still going to be a very long field goal.
Yeah,
so
50, 51, 52 yards from there.
So you're just trying to get a few yards, or you taking a shot to the end zone?
I don't know that you got time.
I don't think you have time for 2 plays here.
No. I think you just heave one or do some sort of trick play with
I think you
Staley.
try to draw him off. Well, then you get the delay of game, though. That wouldn't work. I think whatever it is, this is the final play of the half.
I just wonder if we see some kind of quick out.
So this will do it for the first half. They'll throw to the end zone, and I don't think he got in.
No. They're going to have 1 second, though, to attempt a field goal if they want.
There's 1 second remaining on the game, the clock here in the stadium.
Did he not?
I thought he completed it, but I thought he was out at the 1 yard line.
Well, even if he is, it would be you'd have one play from the 1 yard line.
He was out of bounds when he caught it.
Oh, okay.
So it's incomplete. There is 1 second left.
And they're going to give him a shot, John.
Yeah,
and here we go.
Try it.
Nate Nordine.
Good for them. I like them letting him try it.
52.
This will be a long 51, short 52-yard field goal. His long is 50.
Wow, 50. Yeah, it's going to be 52.
Yep, solid 52. As the horn sounds. No. That was worth a shot.
Yeah, kick no good, but, 52 yards is a big ask. But, man, still a really good first half for the Rebels.
Yeah, really good first half for Strom Thurmond. The Rebels will take a 20-0 lead to halftime. And Kira Goldstein is on the sidelines with Andrew Webb.
Coach, one of the best defenses you faced so far, and you're leading 20-0. How would you characterize the offense's performance so far?
Oh, man, our boys up front are playing good. We really challenged them. Told you we really challenged them, and, they were going to be the difference. Our playmakers have made some plays, but we're doing a really good job up front on offense.
You told me that the vibe in the locker room all week was that there was something on the line. There was something different this week. How has that played into this first half performance?
Yeah, you can tell it. These guys have been locked in, 20 seniors on senior night in the Peach Field for a conference championship. You only get one shot at that, and they've answered the bell. But it's a 4-quarter game, so we got to go regroup, come back, play another good half.
Thanks for the time, Coach. Appreciate it. Guys, we'll send it back out to you.
All right, Kira, thanks. And Coach Webb, thanks for the time. And, wow, what a performance by the Rebels in the first half, up 20-0 here in the Peach Field, as they call it. And we've got the Strom Thurmond Band taking the field. We'll hear from them. We'll hear from some of our special guests as Kira will be back with the Eichholz Law Firm halftime show. 20-0. Strom Thurmond leads Silver Bluff at halftime.
I'm down on the sideline with Robert Brazel and his whole family from Old Edgefield Butcher Shop. And Robert, can you tell me, where are you located in Edgefield?
We're at 715 Augusta Road. We're right across the street from McDonald's in Edgefield.
And what is so special about your store?
We specialize in specialty meats. We cut our meat there in the shop, and we also have local produce, local meat, and we're just a specialty shop.
How long has your family been in the butchering business?
I am the 4th generation. Dates back probably to early 1900s, and now my son and my grandsons hopefully come through and do it too.
And then my last question for you is, what is unique about your shop, and why should people come and visit you?
It's a small atmosphere, but we also offer a great service with all the products we carry.
All right. Wait, what, buddy?
It's a meat store.
It is. Yeah, and you guys should go visit it. Old Edgefield Butcher Shop. Come see this incredible family. We'll be right back. Guys, we're going to take a good look at Strom Thurmond's, what are we looking at? We're looking at their incredible theater program. Let's go.
And that's what the plant grows off is blood. So what they have to do is they have to climb in like this, they huddle up like this, and they go like this, and the mouth goes down on top of them and goes.
In the words of Tracy Lawrence, it's like a Texas tornado. You don't know what's going on in it. You're just like, okay, it's fun, and it's a little bit hectic. It's a fun hectic.
Here at Strom Thurmond High School, we offer musical theater, and we offer 2 different levels. One's a general musical theater class, in where I start you from the very beginning, and I teach you everything that you can possibly know about theater and about acting and about directing as well. And on the advanced level, which is the class that produces the show in the spring, on that level, they already know how to act. They already know how to direct a show, and what I do is I take them 2 steps further, and I expect more out of them in order for them to produce that show that they do in the springtime.
I really like how Mr. McKinney is very hard on us to do our best because we succeed when he doesn't.
I, in the beginning, was just like, okay, but now I love this. Like, I would do it, like, when we build the set, I'm here building it. This is probably my favorite program at this school.
I mean, we've had Beauty and the Beast, we've had Lion King, but this is really gonna knock your socks off if you come and watch, so.
It's been really fun, and it's been very nice to meet new people and get comfortable around the stage more and to play the role as Audrey.
So our classes are really interactive. Peanut's a very hands-on teacher. So right now we're working on our own scenes to go to the middle schoolers and show them. And then after that, we're gonna be working on our next show. But we're always moving, we're always busy, and it's nonstop.
One of the biggest goals that we have here at Strom Thurmond High School is to prepare our students to be able to go into the field of theater or musical theater. And we've had several people to make it to New York and come back to us and share their experience with us. So we do offer a lot.
We can do stuff most schools can't do, because like we can have big sets like the shop. That's the difference right there. I think we have one of the best directors in this state. I think we have one of the best theaters in this state. I think everything works together to make a great show. And I don't think many schools are going to offer that like here.
Last year, we were very fortunate because the New York Conservatory of Dramatic Arts came to see our show and offered my cast $58,000 worth of scholarships to attend the conservatory. And they're coming back this year on November the 4th. So that means a lot to our students and to us. It shows that our students are successful and they are creating. And that's what Strom Thurmond's about. It's a big family. And I don't think there's any other high school I could go to that wouldn't have that. We are a huge family, and we're always there for each other, students and faculty.
Welcome back to Game Night Live. Let's now take a closer look at the incredible Strom Thurmond Rebels Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for your Rebel Regiment. We'd like to wish them luck as they head to SCBDA 2A Lower State at White Knoll High School tomorrow evening. They perform at 8:15 p.m. If you would like to travel to White Knoll, they would appreciate your support. Ladies and gentlemen, your Rebel Regiment.
What an incredible performance from the Rebels Regiment. They've been working on that for months. They brought out this incredible set, and they put on a wonderful performance here at halftime. Now we're going to send it back up to John and AB in the booth after the break.
Michael's Law Firm halftime show rolls on from Strom Thurmond High School Stadium, where the Rebels are looking good, 20-0 over Silver Bluff at the break. And let's show you how we got to this juncture with our first half highlights. We'll get to that in a second. That's my fault. I forgot the high school scoreboard. We'll get to that first.
Well, let's do it. We got we don't have a score on that Grovetown Lakeside game just yet, but we do have Thompson rolling. The defending state champs lead Putnam County 36-6. Great matchup in Aquinas Washington Wilkes. Washington Wilkes leading. See if they can hold on to that lead. 21-14. Greene County, a really good team, undefeated. They lead Lincoln County by 11. And how about this shootout between Midland Valley and South Aiken? We know they can both put up points. 28-21, Midland Valley trying to stay unbeaten. North Augusta trying to stay unbeaten in the region. They lead Airport 14-7. Evans, how about this one? Surprising Glen Academy 7-3. And I know that one looks like a high-scoring game. That's because that's basketball. How about Augusta University knocking off Georgia Southern in college basketball? That's an exhibition game, but still a big win for Dimitris' squad.
Yeah, and we're keeping on the top right corner of your screen, we're keeping an eye on that South Aiken Midland Valley game, that North Augusta Airport game, because we will see Midland Valley and North Augusta against each other next week. If those two teams win, that would be a region championship game a week from tonight.
Yeah.
Both teams only up a score.
But that's
right
exactly what the flex schedule was all about,
Yes.
trying to get those kind of matchups. So we'll see if we can.
Okay, now let's get you to your first half highlights.
Well, yeah, let's look. A couple of big highlights were Braylon Staley touchdowns. There's the first one. They just throw it up and let him get it. Here they tried a little trick play, and Staley just throws it up for grabs. It is picked off by Silver Bluff. That's Atterbury, Mackenzie Atterbury with the interception there for Silver Bluff. But Strom Thurmond pays them right back as they throw it deep. But a great play here by Trey Clark coming over and making the pick, getting his feet inbounds. And Strom Thurmond's got it. Here they throw that second deep ball. This was a great throw by Edmond. Right on the money.
Catch, too.
Yeah, right on the money to Staley. That's Staley's 10th touchdown of the year. And here was another pick. This time that was Simpkins. Darius Simpkins with the pick. He's one of the leaders on that defense for Strom Thurmond. And here they punch it in with a short touchdown run. That was number 20, Chris Barnes. And that is where we stand. The score 20-0 Strom Thurmond.
And that takes us to our first half stats as the two teams return to the field to get ready for the second half. And let me just direct your attention to two different places. First of all, let's look at the total offense for Silver Bluff. Just 53 yards on the left side of your screen. But how about the penalties, AB?
Yeah, 8 for 78 yards. And, hey, it's not like Strom Thurmond's lighting it up. 6 for 55 is not great either. I mean, when these two teams combining for over 130 yards in penalties, the coaches aren't going to be happy about that. But, yeah, those rush yards, though, 11 yards that Strom Thurmond's held Silver Bluff to, that's impressive.
Quickly down to Kira Goldstein with the coach.
Coach, a tough start. What was your message at the team to the team at the half to get them going in the second?
Well, we got to be more physical. We got to establish the line of scrimmage. Right now, they're getting the best of us. We're playing too much behind the sticks. And so, we just issued a challenge to them to come out and establish who we want to be.
Awesome. Thanks for the time, Coach. Appreciate it. Guys, back up to you.
Silver Bluff coach D'Angelo Bryant. That's been the Michael's Law Firm halftime show. Second half kickoff is next. Silver Bluff on the receiving end when we continue. Senior night continues here at Strom Thurmond High School Stadium, the Peach Field, as they call it now, and the Rebels feeling peachy, 20-0 with a half of football left to play.
Yeah, and you're right, senior night, 20 seniors. I said earlier they got a lot of seniors. I didn't count them up, 20 according to Coach Webb, and they came ready to play tonight. They've got a lead. Now let's see if they can hold on and pick up a huge win, trying to win their second straight region title.
Now, if you're a Silver Bluff fan, the good news is you do get the ball. The Bulldogs won the coin toss, elected to defer to the second half.
And by the way, one more score update. North Augusta has pulled out in front by 2 scores now on Airport. 21-7 is the score there. The Yellow Jackets look like they will get that victory, barring a big comeback in the fourth quarter.
That is going to be a lot of fun next Friday night at Mustang Valley right here on Game Night Live. But we still got 24 minutes left to play here at Strom Thurmond as kick sails through the back of the end zone. The Bulldogs will take over at the 20.
Sneak in the QBs by the quarter for the first half while we're waiting for them to spot the ball at the 20. Definitely for Strom Thurmond, we had Edmond was 9 of 17 for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then we had DeAndre McCorkle was 4 of 7 for 42 yards and a couple of interceptions.
And again, the Silver Bluff offense just struggled to get anything going in the first half. We'll see what adjustments D'Angelo Bryant and his staff made in the locker room at halftime.
Yeah, they had over 20 more penalty yards than they did offensive yards. Certainly not the recipe you're looking for.
It's an offense that was averaging 32 a game coming in. And on first down, it is Atterbury. And he'll have a 8-yard, 9-yard pickup on first down. Close to a first down, actually.
Yeah, they brought him in at the end of the first half, replacing the starting quarterback, and he's come in and he's got a little quickness, there's no doubt. He began the season as the starting quarterback, and then since then they went to McCorkle. But
last week was actually the first game that he did not start, and they lost to Saluda. And so back in the saddle is Mackenzie Atterbury. And it was a first down. A really good spot. And this time, nothing.
Yeah, Daniel Jones, nowhere to go. I think that was Jones, maybe. Was that number 20 or 26? It was Jones, 26.
In fact, he might have lost one.
These two teams, by the way, John, between them have produced 11 NFL players. How about that?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because that may have something to do with our BrandSmart USA trivia question coming up later in this quarter.
He's got to run the
Wait,
table.
No, you said Steelers. I don't know either one of these teams that have a Steeler.
He's got to run the table to be winning record.
I tailored this question specifically for you.
Oh, God.
Atterbury in trouble, trying to get rid of it. Oh, it's a dangerous throw. It does get rid of it.
I'm definitely in trouble then, because I can't think of anybody from either one of those teams, these two teams that played for the Steelers. All right, let's Silver Bluff, though, man, the offense just struggling tonight. You got to credit Strom Thurmond's defense. They're swarming around the ball. Stevens has been outstanding.
And again, for all the accolades the Silver Bluff defense has gotten, and we talked about it a lot in the first half and in the pregame and the week leading up, it's a Strom Thurmond defense that's only allowing 12 a game itself, and it's 3rd and 11. And if you get Silver Bluff off the field here, keep your eye on number 4. That's Jaden Fuller. Atterbury will roll that way. I think he was looking for Fuller, but instead flagged down. And the ball is out. Strom Thurmond's going to chase it and take it into the end zone with blocker. Catch the call.
What a play.
Wow.
If it stands, it is a strip and score.
By Michael Blocker with the touchdown. Let's see what the call is, though.
He has 3 touchdowns on offense this year. This would be his first on defense.
What a play.
As he's running by, swats the ball out of his hand, then comes back and picks it up.
Oh, man. That is a play.
There is no foul.
No foul. It's going to stand. What a play by Blocker. Yeah, that's an early nominee for player of the game. Play of the year. Great play by Blocker.
A scoop and score indeed for Michael Blocker.
Yeah, he kind of overran the play, but as he did, he swatted the ball out.
You could not imagine a better start to the second half for Strom Thurmond. You could not imagine a worse start for Silver Bluff.
Yeah, Silver Bluff, we said they get the ball to start the second half as they were trying to score or move the ball late in the first half. But, wow, what a terrible start for them with the turnover.
And Nordine does what he does with the point after. And it is 27-0 Strom Thurmond. AB, I don't think that a lot of people saw this score coming at the beginning of the third quarter.
No, obviously I think a lot of us thought maybe Strom Thurmond had the advantage, but not like this. It's been a pretty dominant performance. And you know what? I feel for the Silver Bluff kids. I mean, Atterbury, he's trying to make a play. I mean, and it's, you know how much these kids put into this. They only have so many Friday nights to get out here, and Atterbury trying to make a play, and Blocker, to his credit, just made a better play.
This is where that game against Saluda matters so much for Silver Bluff last week, because if the Bulldogs don't win tonight, it becomes between the Tigers and the Bulldogs for second and third in this region. And the Bulldogs, with that loss last week, as disappointing and fluky as it, I don't want to say fluky, that takes credit away from Saluda, but it was a deflected pass, and then they went for the gutsy call to go for it by Stuart Young on the 2-point conversion, and they converted that. But these two losses would put Silver Bluff in a precarious position in the region.
Well, I got a note just now from a guy that knows a little bit about playing offensive line. He did it in the CSRA and was a really good one. He said he watches this every week. He said he thinks Strom Thurmond might have the best offensive line he's seen all year. And, he might be right, because they're dealing with a really tough Silver Bluff defensive line, and they've been able to move the football.
Well, that's a great question. A great point, I should say. We've talked about all night how great this Silver Bluff defense and all the college offers that this defense has, and so far, Strom Thurmond has been able to keep them at bay.
Yeah. That was the key tonight. Who would they win the battle up front and allow Edmond time to throw the football? He's had plenty of time. They've even ran it pretty well tonight. Also have the Rebels. You throw in a defensive touchdown, 3 turnovers for Silver Bluff. It's been a kind of a disaster for the Bulldogs.
If you're the Bulldogs, though, the clock is on your side. Plenty of time, but got to get something going on offense. And Deontay Phillips, the leading tackler for this Strom Thurmond team.
Yeah, he's going to be a good one, too. He's only a 10th grader and made a great play there. And like you said, he's been making plays all season.
Loss of 2.
Been incredibly impressed with the Strom Thurmond defense, where they fly to the football.
Andrew Webb had this team ready to play tonight.
And what a blessing for them, because Juju Stevens primarily would have been probably more on offense, and you can't play him both ways the whole game. I mean, you got to give him some breaks. But because he's got so many weapons now on offense, he's able to just put Juju in the middle of that defense and let him lead the way, and he's done it tonight.
And Silver Bluff kind of in a position now where they have to throw. That was intended for Fuller and at his feet, and it'll bring up 3rd and 12.
Well, Simpkins was coming at him unblocked, and Simpkins already has an interception. He also sacked the quarterback on that play where the ball was stripped out of his hands. He was not able to recover the football, the quarterback, Atterbury, because Simpkins sacked him as Blocker grabbed the football.
Andrew Webb spent 18 years as an assistant at his alma mater, Clinton High School, became the head coach there in 2015. Didn't work out there, but then went to Saluda as an assistant coach, won a state championship there as offensive coordinator, and has brought that here to Strom Thurmond, where they're trying to go 17-5 under him in his 2nd season. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
Stevens right in the middle of everything again. He's had a great game tonight.
So another huge defensive stand for Strom Thurmond. And you got to wonder about what's going on between the ears with these Silver Bluff players now.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a lot of pride. You play at a school that's got a tradition, and there's a bobbled snap, but he does get the punt off. And, and you come into this game, this one you look forward to all year, and it's just nothing's really gone their way from the penalties, the turnovers, not been able to stop Strom Thurmond's offense.
And Strom Thurmond, how many times have we said this tonight, going to have great field position at their own 39-yard line.
And you got to think, I mean, if it's not already out of reach, another score puts it out of reach. We've seen no evidence that Silver Bluff can move the football in a quick pace down the field. So if they fall behind another score, you would have to think this thing's pretty much over. The defense needs to make a play. Jordan Boyd, number 8, you see him at the defensive end spot. Jaden Fuller at middle linebacker.
We have not called Jordan Boyd's name at all.
Yeah, Jaden Eason as well. That Strom Thurmond offensive line has done a really good job.
First and 10 from the 39 And across midfield into Silver Bluff territory immediately go the Rebels. There is a flag. And again, we had 14 of them in the first half.
And that was Juju Stevens who actually caught that pass. See if it stands.
We had 14 that were taken, John. We had even more that were offsetting and declined.
Yeah, probably over 20 when you count those in.
From the previous spot, repeat, first down.
Holding on the Rebels will negate that play.
Just as we were bragging about the offensive front. Yeah, that was Juju Stevens who caught that ball, though. He's been doing so much on defense, but it'll come back.
$10 yards from the spot, so it'll back it up all the way to the 29-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 20. This is Barnes, and Barnes get up close to the 40, get a little bit of it back. We'll call him out at the 35-yard line. Gain of 6, bring up 2nd and 14. Strom Thurmond High School opened back in 1961 as a high school to bring together the towns of Johnston, Edgefield, and Trenton, named for the former South Carolina governor and 8-term senator Strom Thurmond, who was born in Edgefield. If you take a look at our Strom Thurmond student. Well, it's Strom Thurmond student section, brought to you by the Payne College Lions.
What was it like at the ribbon cutting, AB?
1961.
I remember when that used not to be able to do old jokes. Those were good old days.
That is drilled in there, and it is complete to Sewell. Across midfield into Silver Bluff territory. Nice throw by Edmond.
Yeah, Sewell's a good sure-handed receiver, too. He's a good complement. You got the big play capability and the speed of Staley. You got Tolan with his big size and range, and then you mix in, in the slot there, Sewell, who doesn't drop anything. That's a great trio of wide receivers.
So after the penalty, Rebels just erase it. Just like that. Trips to the left side now for Strom Thurmond. But they'll give it to Barnes. And Barnes has room. Barnes has another first down. And were it not for Fuller, he was gone. He's at the 31-yard line, gain of 16.
You're right. Jaden Fuller saved a touchdown there with a nice tackle.
Another flag. Back at the line of scrimmage over on the sideline.
That's our shot of the night right there.
Want this, right? We're going to go.
You think we're frustrated by it. How do you think D'Angelo Bryant and Andrew Webb
On
feel?
the offense, 5 men in the backfield. 5 yards from the previous spot, repeat, first down.
So that'll back Strom Thurmond up to the 48-yard line. It'll make it 1st and 15.
Both these teams come in at 6 and 2.
Right you are, AB.
Yep, Strom Thurmond came in 7th in the state.
Yeah, and they look it tonight. They look solid all the way around. I when you look for something exceptional, I don't know that anything. Like, are they a state championship team? I don't know, but I'm telling you, they're solid in every facet of the game.
Well, once you get to November, it sounds cliche, but anything can happen.
Well, again, they can throw the ball, they can run the ball, they play good defense, they got a great kicker, they have all the parts. It's just a matter of, will they get hot and play well at the right time? They have certainly played well tonight. Now they got to clean up the penalties, but
Sewell's the man in motion, and incomplete. That one was intended for Sewell.
pass ball is incomplete, brings up third down and 13.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to depend on what matchups they get in that playoff. If you get matched up with a team that doesn't have a very good secondary, it'd be tough to slow this team down.
Yeah. And the way the offensive line's played, I don't know that they're going to have – you're not going to face very much more athletic and strong defensive front than they're facing tonight.
Well, that's a great point. To Silver Bluff's credit, I mean, this is not by any stretch a bad Silver Bluff team. There's a lot of talent in white you're looking at on the left side of your screen. And the way Strom Thurmond is playing tonight makes you think maybe they could make a deep run.
Well, I mean, three of the four main guys they're going to be playing on Saturdays, and two of them for sure D1, maybe all three.
3rd and 13. Line to make is the 38-yard line. And Edmond trying to direct traffic. Now he's just going to take it himself. Dragged down at the 40, about 3 yards shy. And I have a feeling this is going to be 4-down territory.
Yeah, nice little fake, though. You know, he faked the throw, kind of the little Pat Mahomes move. They're able to get him some yardage there. And I got to give him credit. I said earlier he doesn't like to run. He ran that one pretty well, but Jordan Boyd able to tackle him, but another flag on the play.
So, never mind.
Gotten to know our referee very well tonight.
The offense, 10 yards from the previous spot, repeat third down.
So, just kidding. Back the Rebels up. Don't forget, Football Friday night coming up at 11:35 on WJBF News Channel 6. A big night.
Oh, yeah.
With Brendan Robertson and Graham Lee. Not only do we have 30 minutes of high school football highlights and scores and reaction, but we will be unveiling the rosters for Border Bowl 11, Team Georgia and Team South Carolina, as well as revealing where Border Bowl 11 will take place this January. That is 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. 3rd and 23. Edmond pointing out to his receivers, and incomplete.
And by the way, I would be really surprised if a few players playing tonight aren't on those rosters.
I would be stunned.
In
fact, several on both sides.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
I'm pretty sure the next 2 weeks you're going to see the core of South Carolina's team.
That's a good point. Next week, North Augusta, Midland Valley. The only thing that might limit it is a couple of the kids are big national recruits that, you know, maybe they elect not to play in it because you only play in so many all-star games. But, boy, the Border Bowl has become one of the big ones everybody looks forward to. And what I love, it's such a competitive game. It's not a lot of all-star games. There's no defense played and not a lot of effort. And, boy, that's not the case with Border Bowl.
We're under 6 minutes to play. Strom Thurmond in control, 20-0.
Beachfields.
All right, how about this shot from our crew? First of all, you've got the crescent moon, and then you've got the Payne College Line student section jamming to a little Miley Cyrus.
John may or may not have been singing this.
There's no doubt in my mind. In the movie, what was the movie? Oh, gosh.
You started it.
Oh, you know, about the singing, Anna Kendrick.
Oh, Pitch Perfect.
There's no doubt. The bus scene in Pitch Perfect is my daughter's favorite movie.
It's your daughter's favorite movie.
You sang it at the top of your lungs, John Hart. No doubt.
We've got an injury on the field, and that's not what Silver Bluff wants. Nothing else has gone their way tonight. Andrew Green, a defensive lineman, is down. That's a senior.
If my kids knew how much I use them for excuses.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All that stuff, they would not be happy with me.
Well, while they tend to Mr. Green, well, it brings us to our Brandsmart trivia question, Brandsmart USA trivia question, AB.
All right.
We mentioned, well, actually we didn't mention, but I was going to mention that Antonio Hamilton, who played at Silver Bluff, is currently on the active roster for the Seattle Seahawks. He was off conference at South Carolina State after he left here. Actually had 3 tackles against the Los Angeles Rams last week. Graduated from Strom Thurmond back in 2012. He went undrafted in the 2016 NFL draft. But who did the Steelers take in the first round? I told you this was tailored just for you.
I got to think about that one.
Who
All
did
right.
the Steelers take in the first round of the 2016 NFL Draft? As we take one final look at Antonio Hamilton, proud product of Strom Thurmond High School. Silver Bluff, 2nd and 9. And again, just nowhere to run. Strom Thurmond has just dominated both sides of the football tonight.
Atterbury on the keeper.
It was Atterbury on the keeper.
Loss on the play brings up 3rd down and 12 for the Bulldogs.
You're really deep in thought, AB.
I am, man. You got me thinking on this one.
So 3rd and 12, and if you're Silver Bluff, you really just got to get out of your end of the field at some point.
Had that 131-yard pass play and really have not had much of anything else.
53 yards total offense in the first half for the Bulldogs. Atterbury fires it up, and nobody home. And they'll have to kick.
He just has no time back there right now.
And again, that's a credit to this Strom Thurmond defense.
Ball's incomplete, 4th down for the Bulldogs.
Speaking of Border Bowl, D'Angelo Bryant, the head coach of the Silver Bluff Bulldogs, was the head coach of Team South Carolina last year. I guess technically this year in January. And again, Strom Thurmond is going to have great field position as it rolls dead at the Rebel 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're in firm control of this thing for sure.
1st down and
Well, you mentioned earlier it is Flex Week time here on Game Night Live. This is week 1 of Flex. So what we do, and you explained this very well on your radio show last night, the first 10 weeks of Game Night Live are scheduled. We pick the games, we know where we're going, and then the last 3 weeks we save for games that, we pick them a week or two out. And we try to pick the best game with postseason implications. This week we're here. This was, as we anticipated, a possible region championship game. Strom Thurmond is firmly in control, and then Silver Bluff, of course, lost to Saluda last week. And then next week we have a great matchup with North Augusta and Midland Valley, which we'll detail a little bit later. And then we still have one more 2 weeks from tonight, which is still undecided. But boy, we have a couple of pretty good options as well.
Well, there are, down the stretch you would think every week there should be, but to me, the first 2 flex weeks these were no-brainers. I mean, you got a chance to get Silver Bluff, Strom Thurmond, then you got a chance to get, that Midland Valley North Augusta game is going to be incredible. I thought those were no-brainer picks, and luckily they fell in our laps. There are a lot of good games, but I thought those really stood out head and shoulders above the others.
And there's the Silver Bluff defense that we expected. Fuller leading the charge.
Yeah, Jordan Boyd finally in there we're calling his name. He hasn't, they kept him in check for sure tonight.
And Davion McKennis, a sophomore.
Yeah, North Augusta pulling away from Airport, now up 35-7.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when that game was 14-7 because I did not expect that game to be very close.
And that's the final week of the regular season next Friday night, North Augusta, Midland Valley. So that would be a true region championship game. And you throw in the fact that, those two teams don't really like each other a whole heck of a lot.
And Midland Valley up 2 touchdowns now, 35-21.
So you have that to look forward to next week. And Strom Thurmond looking forward to ticking off the last 14 minutes of this one. Edmond rolls, looks.
Almost picked off.
Almost picked off. That's Malik Mazzoni, junior defensive back who had it in his sights. But instead it'll be 4th and 8.
Yeah, he is almost like he turned around and was surprised the ball was right up on him. You see, like he turned. He turned and had a chance at it. Just let it go through his hands. Silver Bluff coaches wanted that one.
So Strom Thurmond will kick.
These two teams so far in this quarter have combined for only 28 yards of offense.
Well, and if you're Strom Thurmond, you're happy. Just let the clock run. But you don't want to get anybody hurt. You got a lot of big games coming up.
How many yards of penalties there, Nate? The Bulldogs will have it at the 26-yard line.
Both right around the 80-yard mark, so about 160.
Good times. Well, right now it's looking like Strom Thurmond, but whoever wins this game, their fan base will have a chance to watch the encore presentation of Game Night Live and relive tonight's game. That's coming your way on Sunday at noon on WJBF.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Silver Bluff, it's not gone well tonight, but you're not going to win many football games where you turn it over 3 times and you have more penalty yards than offensive yards.
Not easy.
And Jaden Fuller that time with the football.
Jaden Fuller on the carry to the 59-yard line. Second down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
So they decided to go back more traditional
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, triple I here. They're
You
just,
used to see this a lot back in the day from Silver
they're
Bluff.
just and you're right. That is old school Silver Bluff football. It's almost like they're just content. Let's just run the clock. We give. You guys got us. And hey, you know what? I get it. They've got a lot of big games still to play too.
Absolutely.
I mean, this knocks them down if they do lose, and it looks like they will. To 6-3, but still plenty to play for. In terms of playoffs and going forward.
Silver Bluff will be home for their senior night a week from tonight against Pelion.
And that's a game they should be able to win, so could finish off at 7-3.
But that is a microcosm of how this night has gone. And things get a little chippy here, and you can understand the frustration.
Yeah, but they didn't hear the official at the beginning of the game because I heard him loud and clear. He wanted none of that.
none of the business.
That's right. Like you said, though, it's tough. You're out there trying, you're fighting, you want to win. A lot of, and it's different these days. Back in the day, if you were close by, like Evans and Lakeside kids always knew each other. But these kids didn't really used to know one another. Now with social media, they all know one another.
A lot of talk the week leading up to games, and if you're a coach, you can only control so much of that. This is one of Silver Bluff's best moments of the second half. The penalty is going to give them the ball at the 45-yard line.
Face mask call, first ball to the 45-yard line.
But you mentioned old school Silver Bluff. Can't say enough about what D'Angelo Bryant's done to this Silver Bluff program, coming back to his alma mater. He was a state champion there in 2000 and 2001 as a player. In fact, he was 51-5 as a player at Silver Bluff.
Wow.
And has brought this program back to prominence. And watching this old school formation for Silver Bluff somewhere, Al Lown has got to be smiling, the long-time head coach, legendary head coach of the Bulldogs. But it's all Strom Thurmond tonight as we enter the final minute of quarter number 3.
Definitely having a little bit of success.
Yeah.
This is the best-looking drive we've seen since the first quarter from the Bulldogs.
Well, they've gone to their bigger backs. They've been giving it to Fuller and Mazzone now. Maybe something they can build on going forward.
Yeah, you never know what you might find. Strom Thurmond does still have its starters in on defense as another push ahead for 6 yards.
If you can play complementary football and don't turn it over and don't have a lot of penalties, this game will be a whole lot closer. You take away those turnovers. The defense hasn't played absolutely terrible for Silver
The defense
Bluff.
has been in some bad positions. And that is how the third quarter will come to an end. All Strom Thurmond, 12 minutes left to play at the Peach Field.
Time for a final throwing of
The 12 minutes left in what has become a Strom Thurmond victory lap, but Silver Bluff on the march here, 2nd and 5 to start this fourth quarter. And nothing. It'll be third down.
Yeah, they just decided they're going to hand the ball to the little bit bigger backs up the middle and see what they can make of it. And So far, like you said, it hasn't been too bad.
Malik Mazzone on the tackle for Strom Thurmond.
Try and sneak in the QBs by the quarter.
Oh, you don't have to sneak it in. You can take as long as you like.
Taking their time here, so we definitely have.
You said QBs for the whole fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, Edmonds 10 of 21 for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then DeAndre McCorkle was 4 of 7 for 42 yards with 2 interceptions, and then Atterbury was 2 of 6.
Speaking of Atterbury, off the fake, he'll get the first down and then some at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I like that play. You got the aggression from Strom Thurmond. You knew they were going to be firing off the ball on this short yardage play, and they run a little bootleg, fake it, and nobody out there. The quarterback on his own to beat the one defender, and he is able to get to the corner.
So no quitting the Bulldogs. Down 27 in the final quarter, but pushing ahead.
Atterbury may be definitely the fastest kid on the field.
And again, he did not start at quarterback last week against Saluda, did not start tonight, but came in the second quarter. And this is Jonathan Peoples, a senior running back, and a large senior running back at that.
Well, and he was over at Midland Valley last year, and he at the beginning of the season, Atterbury was the quarterback and he was the running back, and obviously some other guys have started getting some playing time, but Peoples last year was very impressive because he was kind of the bell cow for Midland Valley before Dunbar came back from his injury last year.
He, again, is the back, but Atterbury wants to throw. He will, and it is picked off.
That's Trey Clark.
It is Trey Clark with his second of the night. And Clark
and this one's all
has
the
a
way
convoy.
Back.
This could be a 95-yard pick six.
What an effort.
What an effort.
That was, I
the
think
catch of Daniel Jones tracked him down and saved a touchdown for Silver Bluff. But Trey Clark with his second pick of the night. And that's the way it's gone for the Strom Thurmond Rebels.
Yeah, that would have been 94 yards, but well, and in our ear, I'm hearing defense players. Juju Stevens has dominated on defense, but now all of a sudden Clark with these 2 picks and almost taking one back to the house.
It's going to be a tough call. Again, we will have our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game at the conclusion of tonight's contest.
Yeah, coach is going to love that film, though, for Jones. You're down 27-0, and that kid sells out all the way down the field.
Yeah, those are the kind of kids that are going to be successful in whatever they do. No matter what, I guarantee you, Daniel Jones is going to be just fine. That kind of effort.
Kira, you have more on this Strom Thurmond team.
Yeah, guys, there's a lot of respect between these two programs. I know we're seeing Strom Thurmond put on quite a show over Silver Bluff tonight, but they really do. They've gone back a long time. They have a lot of respect. Both coaches called it kind of a hidden rivalry, and they told me that if you look further back to Coach Sawyer and Coach Lowndes back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, that they were best friends. They had a really strong relationship, so they've now passed that on. And you guys, no matter what happens out here tonight, they are going to have a lot of respect for each other. We're going to see a really great moment of handshaking at the end of the game, and that supersedes everything that's happened out here tonight, guys.
Yeah, this is the 20th meeting, Kira, between these two squads, but just the second time they've met as region foes, and you mentioned Al Lown, the legendary Silver Bluff head coach, Lee Sawyer, the longtime coach here at Strom Thurmond, and just so much tradition and history between these two squads.
Yep. And like I said, just 2 programs you can always count on being pretty successful every year.
Starters still in for the Rebels. Edmond to the end zone. Touchdown.
That's Tolan.
Yep.
Got him into the act. Demarius Tolan. That is his 4th touchdown catch of the year. And how about Edmond this year now? He's thrown 16 touchdowns. He does have a pick tonight. That gives him 2 picks this season, but 16 TDs, just 2 picks.
And again, Tolan, one of these many players on both sides of this game that are getting looked at, will play college football on Saturdays.
Yeah, he's got over a half dozen offers. I mentioned Tennessee Tech. There's a few others. Newberry, Benedict, among those who have offered him already.
Nordine true again, and it is 34 to nothing. I lost count. I do know it's 9:26 left on Game Night Live. .928 left to play. All Strom Thurmond all the time tonight. The Rebels with an impressive performance against their rival Silver Bluff, and really can start staking their claim to the Region 3 AA Championship. They do have to play at Fox Creek, so the Predators could have something to say about that next Friday night. And that would be the final night of the regular season. And it'll come out to the 20. Nathan, speak very slowly and take as much time as you possibly can with our QBs by the quarter.
No pressure.
Yeah, we definitely got them in. You want me to go for them again?
You got all kinds of time, my friend.
We definitely got the third quarter. We got the third quarter ones in. Definitely can go back here. So definitely DeAndre McCorkle was 4 of 7 for 42 yards and a couple of interceptions. On the Silver Bluff side, Atterbury's been brought in now. He's 2 of 7, has a pick of his own. And then Edmond was 11 of 22 for 130. We just saw his third touchdown there.
Don't think that our friends at Culpeper Lumber Ace Hardware will mind the extra mention.
No.
Absolutely.
Our good friends.
Had to get that third touchdown in there.
There you go. See? 9:28 to play. And if you promise to, as the late great Skip Carey would say, patronize our sponsors, you may feel free to walk your K9.
Good hard run that time. Again, no give up in these Bulldogs.
Well, we saw this last week with Aiken.
Yeah.
The Hornets didn't give up, even though they were down a bunch to Midland Valley.
And, I was impressed with Luke Jones. I know Aiken struggled this year, but I thought Luke Jones was a pretty solid quarterback.
I agree.
Played pretty well in that game. That was Jones on that carry, running hard just like he did trying to run down that interception earlier. And there's Fuller this time.
Yeah, Fuller, first time that I can remember him carrying the ball tonight.
Yeah, he carried in the last possession once.
Much better known for his defense, but, the school's the size of Silver Bluff and Strom Thurmond. You get a lot of guys that play both ways. Under 9 minutes left now.
That's another one that right there, 83 Merriweather, another player that'll be playing college ball down the road. Great size up front, just a junior.
Hey, guess what, guys?
Against the defense. 5 yards will result in a first down.
So another flag.
Yeah, Strom Thurmond's not going to be happy with the 100 yards and penalties tonight.
If there's anything that would make Andrew Webb unhappy about this performance, that would probably be it. But we know coaches.
Yeah.
They're never 100% happy.
Yeah, but it also tells you a little bit about, if you're an outsider, how good they are. They're winning 34-0 with all those penalties.
Well, it's kind of what we saw last week with Midland Valley and Aiken. They felt like they weren't playing their best game, and it was still won by, 30 points?
Yeah. Yeah, almost 40.
It's like a lot of the Silver Bluff faithful have headed back toward Petticoat Junction.
If I'm a Silver Bluff fan or their coach, I'm proud of the effort from the kids. They haven't mailed it in at all.
No, not at all. And again, you go back to that tackle in the last possession, or the interception by Daniel Jones. Who's Florida State got tomorrow, AB?
Florida State tomorrow has...
Come on, Superfan, you should know this.
I should know this. How do I not know this?
Oh, jeez Louise.
Oh, my God.
We'll get back to AB in a moment.
I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling.
That's your trivia question for the week, and you didn't pass.
You got, trust me, I'm focused on that thinking.
Tomorrow's the first Saturday we haven't had to stress, Nathan.
They play Duke, by the way.
Oh, that's a great game.
Yeah.
I actually like that. I'd like it a lot more if they did.
And I didn't
Notre
look
Dame.
that up. I just thought, they play Duke. I forgot because the quarterback to Duke's hurt.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Keon Coleman's game last week? The receiver at Florida State?
Oh, my goodness.
Strom gives him another first
Well, you have
down.
time to tell us about it.
Well, he made one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in my life across the middle.
5 yards,
He made so many good
first
plays.
down.
The coach at Syracuse said God was showing off when he created that kid. I thought, that's a good way of putting it. Never heard it put that way.
I actually thought Dino Babers, who's the current head coach at Syracuse, I thought he should have gotten the job at South Carolina when they hired Muschamp.
Well, he's. I tell you, I like it. There's a lot to like there for sure.
That's Atterbury. I apologize. Blocker. Everything's running together at this point. 6:01 left. That's a lifelink of Georgia first down. We appreciate them.
If you're Strom Thurmond at this point, you want this shutout.
There is a bit of pride in that. You're right, Nathan. They do not want to let Silver Bluff get in the end zone. And I was correct the first time. It was Atterbury. And Jones, who made the great tackle on the interception earlier, still fighting hard for yards. A couple of big games tomorrow. You've got Penn State, Ohio State.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
That should knock somebody out of the...
I think Penn State wins that one.
You got the old third Saturday in October.
Yeah, should knock somebody out of the bragging ranks in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think Penn State wins that outright.
You got Tennessee, Alabama in the SEC.
I don't have a good feel on that one either way.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It is at Neyland. I think that gives the ball.
It's in Alabama.
It is Alabama. Oh, never mind.
Remember, they won at Neyland last year.
That's right. Oh, gosh. Yeah, the 4 overtime. Yeah, how can I forget that?
Look at that run.
What a run by Fuller. You talk about no quit in these Bulldogs. No, I'll go Alabama since it's at Bryant-Denny.
Well, and plus the payback a little bit from last year as well, you know.
Yeah, Tennessee's strength, though, is pass rush. Pass rush, and they've been running the football pretty well.
They've been running it because they haven't been throwing it. I mean, people are talking about Joe Milton winning the Heisman, and, man, they have not been able to throw it this year.
Yeah.
That might change next year. Staley will be there.
Yeah, well,
you know?
Milton's the example that's not how far you can throw the football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't DeMarcus Russell the poster child for that?
Trey Clark has had such a big game on defense, comes off limping a little bit for Strom Thurmond.
Well,
dead ball, encroachment against the defense. 5 yard, repeat first down.
Yeah, Strom Thurmond has looked good tonight. We got a big night tonight on Football Friday night with the Border Bowl rosters and venue being announced. We've got a big game next week that it looks like both teams tonight, they're taking care of business, Midland Valley and North Augusta. That should be a barn burner.
Timeout. Strom Thurmond.
Strom Thurmond will take a timeout with 4:20 left to play. Hey, but you know what that does, AB?
Yeah.
That gives us a chance to answer our Brand Smart USA trivia question. If you weren't with us in the third quarter, we were talking about Antonio Hamilton, Strom Thurmond product, who went undrafted in 2016, but signed as an undrafted free agent, has made quite an NFL career out of it, currently with the Arizona Cardinals. There's a good look at Antonio. So the question was, who did AB's Pittsburgh Steelers take in the first round of the 2016 NFL Draft?
So I've started trying to backtrack, naming all, going through it. And at first I thought, okay, that's right around T.J. Watt. I think he was 17. I think he was the same year as Mahomes. And I think you asked that question because you're saying, okay, the Steelers blew it on a defensive back and they could have had Hamilton. And it just flashed up, I think. But hold on. I also have it written down.
You do.
I have it written down.
I saw you write it down, and I said, darn it.
2016 out of the Miami Hurricanes program, Artie Burns.
But there's your trivia answer.
It's one of the biggest busts. We've done a pretty good job.
He still was on the team for 5 years.
He shouldn't have been. He should have been on for like 5 minutes. But yeah, I did.
And he's still playing for the Seahawks.
But I had to backtrack and go through it because I'm like, wait a second, it wasn't T.J. Watt. Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Give the 5 yards right back. Yeah, he's 5-6 now, so he's got to get the next 2, and he's got a winning record.
You have to run the table the rest of the year. Does Border Bowl count?
Ooh, that's into 2024 calendar year.
Yeah, it's factual.
Well, a lot of times he gets 2 in that game. So
that's true. That's true.
There might be more chances to come back. I don't know what I want to do there.
I didn't think you would get that one.
Well, I would not have probably gotten it right off the bat, Steelers, because it goes back a little bit and they all kind of run together at that point. But the fact that you talked about
ball.
him not being drafted, and he
Encroachment
was a defensive
against the
back.
defense.
Certainly
5
helped.
yards will result in a first down.
Speaking of Hamiltons from Strom Thurmond, there was another great Hamilton
Jakar
here
Hamilton.
that played at Georgia. Yeah, Jakar
Absolutely.
Hamilton.
Went on to play a little bit in the NFL
Yep.
as well.
Yeah.
And the Falcons took Keanu Neal out of Florida in the first round that year, and he turned out pretty well for a while. I don't think I've ever seen, other than maybe Jesse Tuggle, a Falcon that hit harder than Keanu Neal did.
I remember somebody saying, man, Artie Burns looks so good one play every game, but he looks so bad the other 40 plays.
Artie Burns sounds like a 1950s comedian.
Yeah, he does. Well, that's what he should have done, is gone into the comedy line of work.
Artie, if you're
if
you're watching on the live stream, his email is.
The crazy thing is he's made a great living playing in the pros. He's
Absolutely.
obviously not bad, but man, it was a bust for us in terms of a first round pick.
And I'll be honest, the Steelers don't miss a lot on their first round picks.
Yeah, they've been lucky with that for sure.
And again, both of these programs, Silver Bluff and Strom Thurmond, have produced NFL talent.
Yeah. First round, you talk about first round picks, one of the highest drafted players ever from this area played for Silver Bluff, Troy Williamson, taken 07 draft, I think, in the by the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
Top 10 pick.
Now resides in Columbia County.
Blazing speed. He was on some great Silver Bluff teams, and boy, he could run.
I, as a Georgia fan, hated playing South Carolina when he was with the Gamecocks.
You could argue if you take out Sterling, Sharp, is he the best South Carolina receiver ever? I mean, you could make
it's in the conversation.
Yeah.
Silver Bluff trying to get on the board. It's Atterbury.
He dropped
the
ball.
Dropped at the 9-yard line. Did drop the ball. Got it back. And we're going to credit the tackle with Keyshawn Broadwater.
Well, I wish he would have just kept going here and tried to get to the corner. Instead, he tried to cut it back and slipped.
Try to get as many kids' names on the television as we possibly can.
Yeah, Broadwater doing a good job stringing that one out.
All right, so I'm fully invested now. I need to know if they're going to keep the shutout going.
Well, I'm sure you're not the only one. Everybody in dark blue on the screen is thinking the same thing. And is he in?
Joe Nathan Peoples.
He's down at the 1. It's a little bit of drama here inside the final 3 minutes. At least if you're a Strom Thurmond fan. Don't forget the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game coming your way after the game. The Powerade play of the game. The Georgia Health Department hit of the game. Plenty of hardware to hand out as the Bulldogs get in for 6.
I think that was Mazzone that might have got in.
And avoid the shutout.
Cap off an 11-play, 80-yard drive.
Ate up a big chunk of this fourth quarter.
It was Malik Mazzone, but I think we've got an injured player. I'm not sure who it is on the play. We've got an injured player down as well.
Yeah, there's a Strom Thurmond player.
That's Silver Bluff.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
a Silver Bluff
player.
guy. It's Mazzone.
So
I think it's a player who scored the touchdown. I think it's Mazzone. Yeah, number 6, Malik Mazzone. Might have got his ankle twisted there at the bottom of the pile.
So he gets the score, but he'll hobble off. Not the way he wanted to end his night.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. The team was so happy he got in the end zone before a trainer could come out there. They just picked him up and carried him off the field.
Maybe Byron Leftwich.
Marshall days.
His Marshall days when they carried him down the field in the Motor City Bowl. Hunter Casper, who has an offer from Limestone College, on to kick the extra point, and you see why.
Well, we've got some great kickers in the area this year.
You're the kicker for sure.
It's really been the last 3 years probably. Yeah, that Hadaway from Lakeside, Drew Stevens, and now Jack Stevens at North Augusta. You got the young man at Evans, Tyler Wallace. These 2 kids tonight. We've had a bunch of good. The kicker Metcalf at Westside. So we've had some good ones over the last few years for sure.
Well, here we go. Next week on Game Night Live, we have what should be a region championship game in Region 4A. There you see the North Augusta Yellow Jackets. They'll be taking on their arch rival, the Midland Valley Mustangs, North Augusta currently playing Airport. Midland Valley currently playing South Aiken. If both win, they're both winning right now, it would be for the region championship. North Augusta, the defending region champions and leading 49. Now that is gone final. 49-15 North Augusta has won. Midland Valley in control 49-28 taking on South Aiken. So for all intents and purposes, it looks like we'll have a region championship game for you 1 week from tonight, 7:30 here on MeTV between North Augusta and Midland Valley. That's going to be a fun one, AB.
Well, if you plan on going to that game, I would get there early because it's going to be packed on both sides.
It's a top 10 matchup in the state as well.
Yeah.
And the Rebels, if I had to imagine, will just ground and pound here and tick this final 2:28 off the clock, which will give me a chance to thank our crew, who once again did a great job setting up for us today. Our director is Josh Recor. On replay for us tonight, Ben Price. Graphics is Kyle Thomas. On audio tonight, Jeff Singleton. Running the cameras for us, Katron Hugie, Kat Kingry, Jake Arnold, and Gary Nipple. Our sideline, Sandy Rowland. Red cap is, I think Krishana's on red cap tonight, isn't it? It says Kevin Chang on my, but she's waving at me, so that's definitely not Kevin Chang. So thank you, Krishana, for being our red cap tonight. Running the live truck for us, Philip Scott, back at Master Control at WJBF News Channel 6 Television Park. Keeping us on the air is Jarrett Ledger. Our production manager, Lauren Fitzgerald, and our production timer in the truck tonight, Savannah Barron. Can't say enough for our crew. We thank them each and every week. We couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, I think had a little thunderstorm about an hour and a half before kickoff as well.
You know, I was watching the weather, and Lauren, our production manager, and I were watching the weather all week, and we really thought it was going to be sort of an all-day rain event until about 5 o'clock, and fortunately it cleared out a little bit earlier, so hopefully they didn't get rained on too much today. But they're like, you know, what's the U.S. Postal Service slogan? Rain, sleet, dark of night.
I thought that was the Stetson Bennett slogan.
The mailman. Well, I will say our crew, after the game, and hopefully it doesn't happen here tonight, has had the lights turned out on them multiple times at stadiums because they think everybody's gone.
Yeah.
So really, truly, in the dark of night, they continue to break things down for us. So our thanks to them as we go under 2 minutes to play. Strom Thurmond will move to 7-2, 4-0 in the region. Silver Bluff will drop to 6-3, 2-2 in the region. As we've got some underclassmen in here. This is Raymond Burge. Actually, he's a senior, but we hadn't called his name tonight. And he's carried the ball a few times this year.
He might have a late hit or maybe a personal foul. The crowd was oohing and ahhing as the flag went down.
Either way, we have a flag. Yeah, Burge, a couple of rushing touchdowns to his credit this year.
After the play, personnel foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. 15 yards, which will result in a first down.
I don't know if it's official. I'll have to have Nathan look at it. I think that's the 427th penalty in this game.
Well, and that's just counting the ones that were taken. It's just slightly more. Yeah, it's been a little sloppy for sure.
Rebels in no hurry. They'll let the clock tick down. It is at 6 right now, the play clock, before they snap it. And they'll just start taking a knee and go into victory formation.
Well, they were impressive tonight against a you're going to look at the score and say, well, they dominated a weaker team. Silver Bluff's a good football team, and Strom Thurmond came in here and it kind of enforced their will on both sides of the ball, came up with big plays when they needed it. Their big star got them started with a couple of nice touchdown catches, and the defense really played well.
Silver Bluff will be home for senior night a week from tonight against Pelion. Strom Thurmond will be at Fox Creek trying to wrap up the region championship.
I would say, Silver Bluff's really got to find themselves on offense, but they came in averaging 32 points a game. It's just they ran into a really good Strom Thurmond defense, and for all the attention those wide receivers in this offense gets, man, that defense played a heck of a game tonight.
I should say completing the region championship season, as this victory over Silver Bluff will clinch the region title for the Rebels.
Coach just got doused.
Yeah, Andrew Webb gets the Powerade shower.
I hope it clinched it. If not, they're in trouble.
You are looking at the South Carolina High School League Region 4 Quad A region champions, Strom Thurmond Rebels. Final score 34-7.
It's back-to-back region titles as well.
Handshakes on the field. And what a performance by Strom Thurmond.
Yeah.
And now they can take it easy next week at Fox Creek. Nothing against the Predators, but the Rebels can start preparing for the playoffs.
Well, Kier's getting coached. I'll give you the QBs by the quarter for the fourth quarter. So DeAndre McCorkle for Silver Bluff was 4 of 7 for 42 yards and a couple of interceptions. Atterbury came in, filled in kind of in the second half for Silver Bluff. He went 2 of 7. He also had an interception himself. And then Edmond for Strom Thurmond finished 11 of 22 for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And Kira Goldstein is down on the field with the victorious head coach of the region champion, Strom Thurmond Rebels, Andrew Webb.
Coach, back-to-back region champions. How's it feel tonight?
Awesome. These guys played really well. All 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams. We played awesome.
What did you see in the fight tonight?
Yeah, our guys are ready to go. You know, they played everything. We weren't perfect. We weren't perfect. Silver Bluff's a really good football team. And, our defense plays so well week after week. And when we didn't play well on offense at times, our defense carried us.
What does tonight's win say about what you're building here and what you guys can do the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's pretty special. It's pretty special. These guys are fun to coach. They're really, really talented, and we've got a heck of a coaching staff. And I'm certainly lucky to be a part of it.
Thanks, Coach. Go enjoy the win. We'll be right back.
The Strom Thurmond Rebels continue to celebrate their region championship win over Silver Bluff, 34-7 the final score. We have some hardware to hand out ourselves, and that begins with the Georgia Department of Health hit of the game.
Yeah, let's see what we went with here. That's just the Swarm and Bulldog defense. There we go. Defensive front, Jordan Boyd and company.
Hey, didn't get the win, but get the Georgia Department of Health hit of the game.
Well, the play of the game, though, I think a lot to choose from.
Yeah, we have the Powerade play of the game.
But I got a feeling, no, it's going to be something. It's going to be something different, I think. Oh, it's going to be the fumble right here, the strip fumble. Yeah, that's a good pick. Why not? The blocker stripped it, picked it up, ran it for a touchdown. I was thinking maybe the interception at the end, but I forgot this was even a better play.
Yeah, blocker had a big game. We'll take one more look at it.
Watch him here. He strips it, and then he takes it and picks it up. The penalty flag was picked up, no penalty, and it was a touchdown for Strom Thurmond.
And you see Strom Thurmond meeting for their post-game chat with Coach Webb, and the scoreboard has flashed it.
I like how Kira, by the way, guys, while we're talking, she just jumped into the coaches' meeting and said, hey, I'm taking our offensive defensive player of the game. Way to go, Kira. I love it.
Good hustle on the field.
Guys, we do what we got to do around here. I got incredible players. I got to talk to them. Coach is very understanding, and we appreciate that from him. We're going to start with Braylon. Okay. Braylon, hi. Okay, so you had 2 touchdown catches tonight, an incredible performance from you. Big things in your future. Talk to me about the offensive performance tonight.
Man, I just love my O-line, man. They held up for my quarterback to give me the ball, and so that's really what made us click tonight.
Back-to-back region champs. What does this say about what you guys are able to do as a team?
Man, we're able to fight. We're able to, just come out with momentum, fight adversity. If they coming back, man, we fighting. So, we just fighting with adversity.
We definitely saw that fight tonight. You earned that. My little buddy's going to hand it to you as we move over to Trey. 2 interceptions. The defense was lights out tonight. Talk to me about the defensive side of the ball.
We knew we had to come in with a great plan, play hard, and never turn our backs on each other, just play with each other the whole game.
You knew that you were going up against a strong Silver Bluff team, but you guys came out here and fought. How did you get it done tonight as a unit?
We just had to stick together, play together, and do what we always do. Don't change for nobody.
Awesome. Well, you did it. You get some hardware as well. We'll hand that to you. Guys, our offensive and defensive players of the game, we'll send it back up to you, and we'll say goodnight.
Yeah, thank you, Kira, and congratulations to Braylon and Trey and Tennessee fans as they look forward to that game against Alabama tomorrow. Got a little sneak peek of the future tonight.
That's right.
With Braylon Staley.
That is right. Braylon is one of the premier wide receivers in the Southeast. Tennessee is getting a good one, good bloodlines, because I'm telling you, his dad was a heck of a player back in the late 90s for Aiken, and was a great college player as well.
And the scoreboard flashing. Congrats to the Rebels, Region 3 2A champions, with the 34-7 win over Silver Bluff tonight. Don't forget, Football Friday night, big night coming up over on WJBF News Channel 6. Brendan Robertson, Graham Lee are going to reveal the Border Bowl rosters for Team Georgia and Team South Carolina, as well as the location, the venue for Border Bowl 11 coming up in January. That's coming your way at 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. And don't forget, you Strom Thurmond fans want to relive this region championship clinching win over Silver Bluff. The encore presentation of Game Night Live Sunday at high noon over on WJBF News Channel 6. For our statistician, Nathan Edwards, Kira Goldstein down on the field, our entire crew, AB up here in the booth with me. We will have one more look at that, and we will see you 1 week from tonight with another region championship game between Midland Valley and North Augusta. Until then, John Hart saying so long. We'll see you next week from Mustang Valley.